In this episode, we discuss our most hated video games. Lil Wayne, that album's pretty dope, huh? The death of Kobe Bryant, still feeling that one. Beyonce and her Ivy Park collection. What is the deal, beautiful people?
Welcome.
My name is Ramon.
It's the God, Kicks God, back in the building.
It's your boy Snow, holla at me.
I want to do that again. I want to be camera god. It's your boy camera god.
Yo, keep it. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go.
How you gentlemen living?
We good, man. We good. We back. We back, baby. We back. Let me get some of this. Hold on.
This man is vaping. Does vaping cause cancer? We're not sure yet.
No, it doesn't. Nothing, no report has stated that vaping causes cancer.
You just won't have any lungs. You'll have cancer-free no lungs.
Listen, I have yet to see. Here we go again, fighting with the.
So what's with you in the mic stand, son?
It's a fucking endless battle, son. Son, they have said there's been deaths associated with vaping.
But that was because they had like the flavored e-cig shit that it was marketing to the kids, and
before
they said the vitamin E was an issue in those.
Right. However, before we get to the flavored, and there was, because you don't use vitamin E in vape products. You use hold. Give me that motherfucker right here. What the fuck is it?
It's vitamin V for vape.
It's something in it glycerin and propylene glycol.
Glycerin all over your body. Okay.
Yo, it's propylene glycol. So that is the ingredient that people say, oh, vaping, you can't expose your body to an excess of propylene glycol. However,
it sounds like it's a shit in toothpaste.
I can't substantiate that, so I don't know. But however, then another I would say, I don't know, science person, some doctor nerd, shot that shit down and said, well, your body removes propyl, whatever.
That shit, yeah.
Yeah. Removes that shit naturally.
Okay.
It's something that's already in your body, but in cases where it's too much, your body just naturally flushes it out.
That's kind of what my body does to the haters.
That's kind of what you did a few minutes ago?
Yeah, that's what the whole said. Move my bowels. Motherfuckers.
Move my bowel on you, nigga.
All right. So, question for you, Tawan. It's been a while, but you got a long history of gaming. What is your most hated video game, son?
Oh, goddamn. My most hated video game. If I would say it is between Abe's Odyssey.
What?
Huh.
It would be between Abe's Odyssey and hate. Not.
I get you. It's a difficulty.
Yes, it's not hate because it's a horrible game.
Totally get where you're going with
it's
this.
Hate because it's fucking hard.
Fuck that game.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
I get where you're going with that.
That's fine. I let it rock.
Abe's Odyssey, and what is the Super Mario after Super Mario Brothers? After the Nintendo, the first one that came with the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because I beat the Nintendo.
Might have been
one.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
I want to say
Is it the one with the raccoon tail and all that other crazy shit?
Yes.
That's 3.
The one where he was flying, where he was picking shit up and then throwing it at people.
That was 3.
That's 2.
That's 2.
He wasn't doing that in 3 too?
Nah, not the way he's talking about. You pick stuff out of the ground and throw
He
it.
was flying.
Jump on people.
Can I get some volume on Snow's mic?
Am I down?
Yeah, you down a little bit.
Yeah. How that sound?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right, you sound good. Yeah, you go. There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
So he's talking about 2.
Perfect. Well, that's not one of my worst video games, but
So what? The same reason? The Super Mario for the same reason as Abe's?
Super Mario 2 was excruciatingly hard.
Yeah. Me and Snow had this conversation every few years.
Yeah.
Because either I buy the new Nintendo, at the time it was the Wii U,
It was Wii U,
and I'll call Snow like, yo, son. Yo, meet me outside, son. We got smoke. Fuck this Mario. Yo, son. Like, this shit is deceptively difficult. And then again,
Super
with
Mario's
the...
U got you pretty bad. So.
Fam.
And I would have bought it on the Switch because I didn't have it on the Wii U.
Son, I was upset. There's this one part I just could not get past. Like, yo, son, fuck this game.
Yeah.
So I totally get, okay. All right, what about you?
All right, so mine's is probably more closer to the question. In terms, not in terms of difficulty, but like a game that I felt like is the worst I played. And it's called Perfect Weapon. And for the PlayStation 1.
I think I remember that game.
Nice cover. It fit the time.
Because that's how we used to buy games back in the
Buy
day.
the cover.
Right.
Based on the cover, yeah.
Because the magazines would come out after the fact, so you couldn't get a review on the game.
Only certain games, like I remember Full Throttle was in a magazine for like 5 years before it actually came out, right? Grim Fandango is another one that was in a magazine for like 5 years before it came out.
I remember that.
Shout out to Game Pro.
Yeah,
and,
Game Pro had that game on the cover like 4 times.
Yeah, was it Game Pro and Next Level,
EGM?
Next Generation? No, before EGM. It's like Next Generation. There was one other magazine. I think it was called Next Generation or something like that.
Yeah, Next Gen was another one.
That was
Yeah,
another one, right? So
remember we used to buy them shits after Robe, after high school. The dude used to sell them on the corner.
yeah.
I don't know where he stole them from, but it was like 5 for 20,
Exactly. You know, we were happy about that.
and it was still in the plastic.
That means the
Fam,
demo
give me
disc was
everything
there. I
gaming.
need that demo
Son,
disc, B.
Where the fuck did y'all get games?
No, Hood B. Nah, it wasn't the games.
Nah,
it was the magazines.
magazines.
Oh, okay.
magazines.
Okay.
So Perfect Weapon, and Perfect Weapon is done by a group that I'm familiar with. At one point,
Was that the purple guy?
nah.
He was purple.
Well, he could be purple-ish. He's
Barney,
he's like
motherfucker.
teal.
Fuck that dinosaur.
But anyway, I think it was who made that? Gray Matter, Gary Gray Matter, and I used to get a check from them. So you know, I hate to slander them, but
Fuck that.
nah, because it was something different when I was getting checks from them. So yeah, fuck that. So this game was supposed to be a beat 'em up game.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it has some exploration to it. Yeah, that's that shit right there. And
Get it on Amazon
it
for
had
$20.
yeah, fuck that. That shit needs to be negative 20. Amazon got to pay you to fucking check the shit. And the controls, I just remember the controls being so fucking bad. Like I felt like L1, R1 was like ducking and jumping. I felt like everything you were supposed to be able to do just didn't work. Like your fighting didn't work, and then the camera was kind of like fixed for the type of game that it was. So you don't really see what you're doing when you're fighting. So you can't tell if you really got the hand skills or not.
Right.
The only thing you can see is the big open wide moves. So he obviously just spent and kicked this dude. Like that's the only thing you really saw. And then the game had like it wasn't a lot of fights in there, as far as I got, right? It wasn't a lot of fighting in there.
For a beat 'em up?
Son. And then you end up like jumping over some, like I'm telling you what I remember. So like you jump over a couple cracks of like, you know, between you and some water or some shit like that. And then there was a wolf. And then you got to fight this fucking wolf. You know, ASPCA didn't care about wolves back then. They still don't. But, you know, it's like, son, this game was just probably one of the worst games I've ever played. Now, one of the worst games I've played prior to that, and it literally was me having a brain fart. And the brain fart lasted for almost 6 years. Yeah, that trash. Look, and it's wolves.
It's wolves.
Like, how do you just find a clip and it's wolves?
The dude.
Find a clip of the game and it's wolves.
So Snow's problem is the wolves.
Nah, son.
The dude he's trying to punch at the wolves, but the wolves are like not tall, so he's just swinging.
So the other game I would just say is, and I got 2 more because none of these games I'm letting off.
It don't look bad for a PS1 game.
Son, fine. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So the other one would have to be Mario Brothers 2 as well, right? Because I didn't understand how to get past the pink Yoshi looking dude. I didn't know that I had to jump on his projectile, which was an egg.
Right.
Pick
it up and take it to him and hit him with the shit.
Yeah.
So as a 6-year-old, I think I was.
Ain't nobody thinking about that.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was something like, what the fuck? I spent 3 hours just going back and forth. Like, how do I would go downstairs, see if I can bring something up. I was like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah, that might have been one of the spots where I was pissed off with.
I blame
you couldn't hop on YouTube and figure it out.
Right.
Nope.
I blame myself for that. And I found the game guide, but I refused to look at it because I was stubborn back then.
And the game guide was like $40.
Because it was
so much to read.
Well, forget about that. I just needed to see that part. Game guides originally was just to help you get past a part if you got stuck somewhere.
You know what gave a game guide validity?
What?
Tomb Raider. I don't give a fuck who you were.
Son,
I agree.
To this day, anybody that tell me that they beat Tomb Raider 1 without a game, you're a fucking liar.
Honorable mention.
Square up. Stop lying to me.
And another game that had wolves in it instead of people. So,
but you gotta get. He's been going at this wolf shit since Game of Thrones.
So that's number 2, right? And Friday the 13th.
The game?
Yes. Son.
I didn't know there was a game.
Bro.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I literally thought Nintendo, NES.
Okay.
I literally thought the whole purpose of the game was just to get in and see how fast you can get away, for how long you can live. And that was like upwards of like 18 seconds.
What was the purpose of the game?
I don't know. I never went back to it. Somebody later told me what it was.
5 out of 5, IGN.
Like 20 years later, somebody told me
is that what it had?
No, that's what IGN does.
like 20 years later, somebody was like, yeah, so all you had to do was this. And I was just like, bro, it's Freddy. I mean, it's Jason game. I just thought your whole purpose was just to die. So
fuck out of here.
Those are my 3 games. Okay. I have more, but those are my 3.
How did you beat Jason?
I never beat it.
Turn that motherfucker off and don't go to sleep.
And I gave it back to the dude who let me hold the shit.
Just take your shit back.
What was the Sega CD game with the trap doors?
Trap House? I know what you're talking about.
It was a live action, like it was real.
Yeah. They had commercials for it.
Yeah. Son, that game was also
actually one of the
hard.
worst games in history, if I'm not mistaken.
They had commercials for that game.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It was bad because it was a set of scenes that could only be triggered by doing this versus that.
It sounds like the entire script for Saw.
Yeah. That's it for the most part. That's pretty much what it was
fuck
like.
that series.
Yeah. Nah. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. What about you, son?
My list is kind of between you guys.
It has to be a Mario there somewhere.
Nah, you know what? I don't know. Platforms never really click for me. Particularly not Mario. Even though it's a default, I never invested much time in it. I'll get in there and I'll die and I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm off this. But like I'll never forget NES. My mom bought me an NES. And this is when, because we was living in New York for a while when I was way younger. And then we moved back to Barbados and then we came back.
Okay.
So the first time we were living here, my mom bought me an NES. And I'll never forget, she bought Kung Fu.
I wanted to say that, but I feel it shouldn't be named in this. For me, it shouldn't be named in this
Fuck
list.
you and Kung Fu. I feel like this is the reason my mom didn't let me play games during the school semester.
Yeah.
Son, you're on it all day.
Time out, son. That's the first human right there.
Yeah, I've been watching the shit. But she would come in the room. You know, so you know how it is when you fucking 5 or 6 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Are you raging, son?
Here's your food and your fucking Kool-Aid.
And that shit sat next to you and got cold.
And I'm playing this shit. Son, I've never gotten past the second board.
Son, you know what was my favorite?
Fuck that. And I used to be throwing tantrums and she'd be like, what the fuck what's this?
Kung Fu was a hard game. Even when I went back to it like years later, like decades later, I was like, son, how the fuck was we playing this shit? Like, you know why I'll never forget that game? One of the reasons why I'll never forget the game? It was the only thing I've ever played that started from right to left.
Yeah. And it would go back and forth.
Yeah.
Son, but like I used to be like in tears. I used to get so angry and frustrated. Like, and she used to come and be like, nah, turn it off. I'm like, why? She's like, turn it off. Like, retrospectively speaking, like I get it now.
Yeah.
I'm over here raging and just fucking... So yeah, Kung Fu, fuck Kung Fu. Years later, I've seen videos on YouTube. And I've seen colors on maps I didn't know existed.
Yeah,
because I've only gotten upstairs, the second level, and that was it. And then the dude,
you know, dude with the teal and the off black vest.
I don't
kick your
remember.
ass.
I remember what you wore. I just remember that game. I've probably never been more angry in my
Another
life.
thing I'll never forget about that game is just the snakes.
Yes, the snakes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that game, man. So there's Kung Fu.
Well, hold up. You know they had the nerve to make a part 2 of that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I actually just found out about that a couple months ago.
Fuck that game. Whoever made it.
Yeah, a couple other honorable mentions. I'd say Heavy Barrel.
I don't know about Heavy Barrel.
Yeah,
Have you guys never played Heavy
No,
Barrel?
no.
Heard of it.
You get the fucking attachments to your gun, and the man shouts "Heavy Barrel," and then
No.
he's blowing every fucking thing. It was a coin op.
But talking of attachments, that's my
Sound like some
second.
shit I want to play.
That's my second pick. But go ahead.
What's that? And I would probably say, but it didn't last long. For a long time, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
that game beats the fuck out of everybody.
I love that.
Yeah.
You got to be legend to really like beat.
Yeah,
Surprised none of y'all said Castlevania.
No, I beat. Yeah, Castlevania is top.
Those games are just frustrating though. I don't. They're difficult.
They're difficult.
I'm gonna tell you, my second game, without doubt, to this day, like if I ever meet a developer and he says he's from the company who makes this game, we fighting. Payday. Payday.
Son, Payday was fine.
Payday, son. Let me walk you through a story,
Son,
Tawan.
matter of
Snow.
fact, I believe
What
that
the
was
fuck
Payday
is
2.
Payday?
I don't think it was Payday 1.
Nah, it was both of them
both of them?
motherfuckers. Let me walk you through this
Called
story.
Payday the heist.
So Payday comes out, and the whole premise of this game is cops and robbers. You play the robbers.
Okay.
So
We robbing banks.
you robbing banks and shit.
Everything that's
So it's
like
dope how it
heist.
works.
Yeah.
One man, it's like a 4-player joint.
Mhm.
One man's got to come with the saw to open up the vault.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you're trying to grab as much money as possible.
Right.
Right.
So you robbing a jewelry store. There's multiple ways to get this money. You could break all the glass and grab the jewelry that way, or
No, we can get the jewelry too.
you could spend that time and try to open the vault. But while this is happening, from the time you touch down, the cops are called. So you out here, one man sets up the vault, another man is snatching jewelry, and then the cops come.
Wait, don't forget, son. We got to put hostages.
Yeah, there's
down.
hostages
we
and
gotta
shit.
tie them up, zip up hostages.
So that's
and shit.
already too much. For
Nah, you gotta see it. It's
you gotta
dope.
see it in action.
It's dope.
It sounds like too much, but it's really
So we
straightforward.
playing the shit.
And what console is this?
It was on everything.
everything except Nintendo.
Cross-platform. Okay.
And we playing this shit, and the shit's groovy, son. You can unlock different masks and all type of shit. But the thing is, it's an indie game. Like, the concept is dope. The way you play it is dope.
I feel like what you're about to get to is actually Payday 2.
Nah, son. The controls are dope. Well, the controls are decent.
Okay.
But you got your MP5, your AK-47, your Glock, whatever guns you want. But you know me, son. I need a red dot on my shit.
So this isn't that far away.
Nah.
This is right before we jump to the next console.
Yeah, this is on 360.
Now, it did come
No,
over.
not 3. Was it 360?
It was on the 360 and PlayStation.
And Xbox One, too.
The first one was on PlayStation 3, then it came over to both. Payday 2 was on everything, and then it jumped with us to the next consoles, which is the Xbox One and the PS4.
Okay.
Might be a little murky on 1 or 2, but whatever.
I believe it was 2.
So we rocking with the homies. I'm unlocking shit. I call Snow like, yo, son, come get this smoke, son. This game is dope.
By this time, I now have a 360, so I'm like, all right, I'll work it out.
Welcome to the world.
This shit is
Fuck
dope,
you.
son. So we get in there, and I'm just like, damn, like, all I want is a red. I got all type of guns unlocked, all type of shit. You can unlock special masks. You can unlock special equipment to help you break into shit faster. All this other shit. I'm like, yeah, no. That's cool.
And I'm not there yet.
That's cool.
I'm still on the other side.
I just want a red dot. That's all I need, fam.
Okay.
How many hours you say you got?
So,
in
son, I probably had like 8 or 9 hours
before
in the game.
before I even got on.
So Snow comes on. He plays the first round and unlocks a red dot.
Holy shit.
Son. Because the unlock system's random. Son.
Oh shit!
When I tell you I was furiously livid.
And I don't think he could pick up my gun if I died or if I got down. So it's not like he
Son.
can pick up my weapon.
And and Snow's like, yo, this is dope. I'm like, son, where did you get that red dot? Explain yourself. Son, I'm not playing. I'm not. So we at a jewelry store like snatching shit. I'm just standing in the corner like bitching. Like, yo, son, how did you get a red dot though? Like, I've been playing this game like all week. How did you just show up and get a red dot? All right. So that happened. That happened. Then like 4 years later, the shit comes out on Xbox Live for free. Like it's one of the free titles. I was like, you know what?
You try your hand
Try this shit
again.
again, son. Let's try this shit again. So again, motherfuckers pop on out the gate. Who gets a red dot, son? I turned it. I swear to God, I turned it. I was like,
I forgot about that
son,
part.
I just hit the power button. Like, nah, we're not doing this. We're not fucking doing this.
I forgot about that shit.
Oh,
I did get a red dot again.
We clipping.
All right, so like we're not doing this, son.
Yeah, I forgot.
Fuck
I got
that
the red
game.
dot again, son.
Fuck
Oh,
that
You
game,
know what it was?
son.
Your aim was too good, son. You needed to tank.
Nah, fam.
You needed to tank, son.
I'm not. And even to this day, like some of the maps are super dope.
So they had this one map, right? Where it's in a building. It's an apartment building. And we gotta rob somebody of importance. I forget who it is, but we gotta rob somebody of importance. And
I think I played that one.
and no matter what happens, we gotta extract through the roof. Son,
Right.
son, when you're on a roof, son, you're fighting for your life, son.
It gets wild because there's
It
different
gets-
type of cops come now.
Yeah.
SWAT shows
SWAT
up.
showing up, son.
It gets wild.
Son.
Son, where the fuck was
Such
I
a
at?
good- You were playing
At work. That's
Yeah, he
where
was
I
you
probably
either
at work.
I was
and
at
then
work.
you was in
He was
your
probably
battlefield.
at work, son.
You wasn't trying to hit nothing but battlefield. At that
Son, the
point.
shit is dope.
Son, Battlefield.
I like the one where you had to get all the shit back to the boat.
Yeah.
And the fucking cops are on the dock like,
Yeah.
no.
Yo, true story. Because of playing Payday the Heist, the first one, which is when I first told him about it, he didn't get on it right away because it was only on the PlayStation, and didn't later came out. At this time, we're approaching Grand Theft Auto time, right? So 2013, we know Grand Theft Auto is hitting. We also know that the new consoles are hitting, but we're already playing Payday the Heist. So all of us get excited when they say, yo, when GTA Online hit, they're going to give us Heist. So anybody that's playing this game is like,
Yeah.
wow, Grand Theft Auto's going to do it?
Yeah.
Son, ain't nothing going to touch this. Son, it took forever to come out. And when it came out, don't add up. So what happened was, son, when Grand Theft Auto Heist came out and the people went back to Grand Theft Auto, they been forgot about Payday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Son, everybody played it and was like, nah, we have a game that does this better.
Right.
And then Payday sales went through the roof.
I see.
It kind of gave like a resurgence, just like the latest Friday the 13th game is back.
Okay.
Dante, stay trying to get it. It's actually pretty fun. Dante trying to get
Yeah,
it
he
to
said it
play.
was nice.
So it's a fun game, but like it's almost like Evolve in a way. Which shout out to people who shitted on Evolve and then they didn't take the shots.
Was
at
that the
right game.
asymmetrical multiplayer?
Yeah, son. It's good. So, but yeah, Payday was fine. So I would take a Payday 3. I hope they do it.
Fuck you.
Son, just a 5-minute, if that question. I just need a sidebar this since we on gaming. Can one say that I Psycho CO, that is my gamer tag, that I, if not originated, but perfected the C4 on the tank?
Oh, he has to answer that because I don't know.
I don't know.
Son, I
think we might have did that together.
yeah, because it was a like I would say
Nah, it might be
may
you
have-
because you had patience.
yeah, and I was running engineer on Bad Company.
Yeah, you had patience.
Heavy.
You would wait for tanks.
Oh yeah,
I'm killing everything, and if I come across a tank, I'll hunt them down. But you would wait for these motherfuckers.
son, I'm shooting, but no, give me that tank.
Son, that is in Bad Company. Putting C4 on someone's tank is one of the most satisfying things in life. Because you got to understand, the tanks in Bad Company were wild OP.
Son, the tanks were a problem.
And motherfuckers will come in a game and just wait
Yeah.
for the tank.
Yeah,
So you knew
Yeah.
that when he drove from the spawn, it took him like 3 minutes.
on
Right?
that desert.
It took 3 minutes to get to the the spot where he's trying to capture.
Yeah,
So he's committed to this fucking tank.
Yeah.
And in 3 minutes in Battlefield, drive in a video game, son, that feels like, I just drove 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
And then Tawan comes out the bush with the seat, son. The laugh he's doing right now would be the laugh he's just...
Niggas heard me on the chat, like, this nigga's laughing.
And I used to just be like upstairs in the fucking barn watching. Yeah. And and in those days, in Bad Company, they didn't cap the C4.
Right.
So if you had the ammo, I used to run the ammo. You just re-up on the C4 like nothing happened. Son, there would be one tank after the next.
Son.
And then they would stop and try to blow up the barn from like miles away.
Yeah, like
but
they know this
was in the bush now, not the barn.
This motherfucker's running around here with C4.
Yes, that shit's fucking.
What are we gonna
son.
do about him?
Like you would literally ruin people's fucking gaming experience.
I think because I took an L on Bad Company. I was being
stubborn.
No, I would say because the other word I was going to use is, as it comes out to the same thing. I was going to say a dino about it. So my first Battlefield is the one on PC, and then a little
1942.
later, and then a little later it came to console. And being that I was on the Xbox, I was on the PS2.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No, we did get one. We got one that was like called Modern Combat or something like that.
We had that one too.
Yeah,
that one was good.
And it was good, but it just didn't.
It didn't resonate.
Right, I get it. If you experienced the PC one, then that one didn't add up.
And that's why I clipped the elitist, right? Because that was stopping me from enjoying something I probably could have enjoyed more had I just gave it more of an open heart. So now, moving forward, y'all got a chance to play Battlefield 2. Mm-hmm. It wasn't on our console, right?
Battlefield 2?
Battlefield 2 was on the Xbox.
Bad Company 2?
No, Battlefield 2, regular 2 was on the console.
Yeah, it was.
And I saw it and I was like, I don't play Xbox, whatever. I'm going about my business, right? And
silly him.
When the PS3 came out, which is also the 360, it's like Bad Company came out. So I had the demo. I'm sitting here, I'm playing it, and I'm just like,
that demo sold me hard.
It's something it didn't tell me. And I'm like, this feels closer. Maybe I'll get on the next one. And I just left it alone. Now, had I known about the campaign,
I never played the campaign. Shockingly,
had I known about the campaign,
I
heard it was good.
For Battlefield,
Bad Company.
The campaign is
never played
funny,
it, no.
bro.
I heard,
but I didn't find out about that till after the fact. So I'm like,
it's got a legend on its own.
So I'm like, I'll jump on the next one. So y'all know, fast forward, Battlefield 3 comes. Sorry. Battlefield 3 is being teased. Battlefield 2 is already here. Medal of Honor comes out, and everybody on Medal of Honor is like, what? You don't have Bad Company 2? I'm like, nah, because I was about to play MAG.
Right.
I was about to play MAG. And then MAG at the release wasn't right. What MAG did at the end of its life was amazing, but at the release wasn't right. So I'm like, forget it. I'm not worried about it. Medal of Honor, I know Medal of Honor. We going with that. So everybody on there just kept kicking my ass. Yo, no, Snow.
That Bad Company
2. Bad Company 2. I'm like, my boy Kent, son, Bad Company 2. You put up footage of it. He's telling me Bad Company 2 without telling me Bad Company 2. So I'm just like, all right. So I went and bought it, and I was just like, oh, shit, I fucked up. Like, I done missed 9 months on Bad Company 2, and I missed 2 years, I think it was, at that point, right? 2 years of Bad Company 1.
Endless amount of hours in Bad Company 1.
Yeah. Bad Company 2 was so good that you was telling me about Bad Company 1. You kept saying, yo, son, the fucking shit destructible and everything, and I never got Bad Company 1. So for a second, I wanted to go back to pick up Bad Company 1.
Yeah. I didn't. I went back and I played the campaign only because I played the campaign for Bad Company 2. So I went back and played the campaign for number 1 at my boy house. So I actually gave him like mad trophies because he never played the campaign. But so what I was gonna say was that it was because of that Battlefield. We get back into Battlefield. I'm getting back into Battlefield because y'all was already there. I ran into Barbaric Mustard. Who was on PC. Son, this dude to me was what we called the hijab truck, hijab jeep. is it Hijab Jeep? Yeah, he used to call it Hijab Jeep. He makes these like 1 minute episodes on, well, he used to. I don't know if he does it now. So
I've seen those. Yeah.
So all he did was just C4
Put the C4 in the Jeep and just haul ass and jump out.
Oh yeah.
And then that became my life for a little bit because that's funny.
That was a thing in was it Halo?
Nah.
It wasn't Halo.
It was Battlefield. That was a Battlefield thing.
I want to say it was
That
another
is a Battlefield thing, bro.
It was some other game where you C4 the shit out of the vehicle.
I mean, if you're talking Halo, you mean you throwing stickies on a ghost.
Yeah, well, nah, we
or
knew
you could
that.
take motherfuckers ghosts, but nah, the C4 and the shit is a Battlefield thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
but
I can tell you when Bad Company changed my life. We had the demo. Remember they came out with back then they didn't call them betas.
Yeah,
It was a demo.
It was a demo.
Right.
But it was online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son. And back then, you know, you coming hard off that Modern Warfare, like your sharpshooting is on point. And, you know, depending on how you feel like a dick today, you'd pull out your YouTube and Call of Duty and just ruin people's lives.
Right.
Now, in Bad Company, the default assault class had a new tube.
Mm-hmm.
And we was attacking up the hill. And the motherfucker ran in the building. And I missed him. But I got him. So in Call of Duty, you trying to get it by their foot or a wall by them. Son, he ran in the building too fast. And he ran behind a wall or some shit. Son.
You aired that.
And I hit the wall and the side of the building dropped. Son, I looked at the controller. I looked back at the TV. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, they saying it was destructible, but you didn't get to see, because it was one map. And most of that map was not destructible. That was that big-ass castle map at the top. So you didn't really, like, see a lot of destruction on that map.
Bad Company.
This was Bad Company.
Bad Company, yeah.
But that one house, I was like, fam, this is different. Like, there's no hiding. And it kind of slowed my gameplay down a lot. Because now I don't got to be super pinpoint accurate with rocket launchers and shit.
Right.
Son, you think you're going to hide behind a wall?
Don't run. Don't run in the house.
Just don't go in the house. You got a better chance of, like, hoping I miss you out in the open.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, yeah, that's Bad Company was it, son.
I was Carl Gustav sniping,
Yeah,
son.
Gustav sniping. That video's got wild views on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Rocket sniping.
Yeah.
Hitting motherfuckers from across the map.
Yeah.
Son, I have taken out helicopters full up, like nah, son, that rocket's not gonna hit it. That's not gonna hit it. Boom.
Yeah.
One of my clips made somebody's top 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
He had a huge following too. I think his name was Big Mooney or something like that.
I can tell you, you guys would never know, the original Bad Company could very well be one of the most hated games for me, because if you get a motherfucker in a helicopter, remember in Bad Company, there's no answer for those.
Right.
He will destroy your entire fucking team, fam.
And I've experienced that.
And Rush was different back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rush, there's a lot of balance in these maps. So if the offense gets a helicopter, then the defense gets a helicopter.
Yep.
It wasn't like that before. Motherfuckers on offense had a helicopter, fam. Like, yo, what part of the game is this? Son, motherfuckers, I have played in full-fledged games that went on like 25 minutes, and the dude in the Viper has not died.
So, yeah, because he's
Raping people.
panning right, strafe, and just unloading.
Son, these motherfuckers was flying in circles, up and down.
Yeah.
Son, and then they would haul ass out and fucking, they get the wrench tool, repair, and come back and just make your fucking life miserable, son.
Yeah, I had a dude do
like, if you ever been oppressed like that, like you just like, I'm done for the night,
I
son.
had a dude in donuts, basically a drift donut, just killing us in Bad Company too.
Yeah, but
son,
that
frustrating.
I find that only happened when, like, after playing Bad Company for 5-6 hours from, let's say, whatever time. Let's say if I was, what was I was 1 to 9, 3 to 11 at that time. If I was off, so let's say if I'm off, you get home from work, Ramon. Snow may get on if he's willing to play it with us, and we played until 12 at 1 at night. So after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock,
you start getting tired.
You get tired, and then you get the noobs on, and then it's like somebody's gonna get in a helicopter and own us.
Son, that shit's wild annoying, son.
So that's like the tow rockets when we was playing. It was late at night.
Yeah,
the tow rockets, and every time somebody came up with a tank, that shit got blown up.
Yeah, that's son. Bad Company's the GOAT.
Yeah, that game is the GOAT.
Well, speaking of the GOAT, son, you consider Lil Wayne a GOAT?
He's weird for me.
Yeah.
Man, you guys got to think about that, huh?
He's weird for me. I don't know.
Can we establish that there are multiple GOATs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
At
so
this point,
we got the
it's a list.
baseline.
At this point, it's just a list. It's not even worry about who's number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is Hope, but carry on.
I would say
for his time.
Does he make me? Does he make my 15?
For mid 2000s, from early to mid to towards, let's say, 2009, 2010 ish.
Nah, I'd give him more than that.
I'm not giving him past 2012.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Nah.
Sorry.
I disagree with that.
Sorry.
Wow.
But that's your opinion. I feel like when he dropped the Carter.
The first one?
The first one, I think it was.
Nah, son. I wasn't feeling the Fireman? Fuck out of here. I didn't like that song.
Nah.
Did you like the mixtapes?
I like the mixtapes.
Do you think they add to the...
Shout out to Joel Santana as well, around that time with those mixtapes.
Yeah.
I never listened to a Joel Santana mixtape.
Yeah, no, they were dope. They were dope.
I felt like Dipset's trash.
Okay.
It's just a feeling. I got no substantial evidence to back that up.
I'm letting you go.
What was your question, Ramon?
Is he a GOAT, Lil Wayne?
I'd say yes. I'd call him a GOAT.
Okay.
I'd call him a GOAT.
And you still thinking? Snow, you on the fence?
I'm on the fence about it a little bit.
Oh, and to yes to his mixtapes because they're all considered bodies of work.
Sure.
So when is he rapping on his mixtapes? Yes. Are the beats as solid as his albums? Sometimes the beats on the mixtapes are better
than the album. Like, I've never heard anything like Dedication from him.
Yeah, Dedication is
Dedication
No Ceilings. No Ceilings.
I didn't hear that one.
No Ceilings. No Ceilings was high.
You're not the first person I hear say that. I need to seek that out.
Yeah, No Ceilings was dope.
Okay.
No Ceilings was dope.
So what do you think about the new album, Funeral?
Hold on, sorry.
Let Snow go.
15. With Lil Wayne, where he may have to, and I'll probably have an answer for you at some point, especially after because I haven't had a chance to listen to the album yet. Right?
The new one?
The new one.
Okay.
When I was in college, he dropped the Carter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his ascension to the top, because before the Carter, he did 500 Degrees. And although I didn't like sonically what was going on in the album, his bars were starting to change. The way he was doing the bars. So you got to separate the instrumental from the bars. They were starting to change. And it started making me respect him more as an MC as opposed to just being a Southern MC, right? Because everybody, like Scarface does that. Pimp, UGK does that. Outkast does that, right? So,
is New Orleans in the South?
They consider South.
Yeah.
So when the Gold DJ and all that started happening, and then the features started happening, son, for a minute, from that album, the Carter going forward, son, every month he was on 2 or 3 people who had hits, and his verses were on fire.
Arguably better than.
And then he had like a good 6 summers where you couldn't avoid him. He's on everything. If it wasn't his project, he was on everything.
His man's them 6 God.
Wait, before you even
before
you
Drake,
finish
before
the thought.
Drake.
So is it fair
Because
to
remember
say?
Millie and all that,
Yeah.
son. Everybody was trying to get another Millie. Even Busta Rhymes was mad at the dude who made the Millie beat, and the dude that made the Millie beat was like, "Yo, I gave you one.
Yeah.
I gave you one," and he did, and that track was dope. But Millie was gobbling up everything. And if you just look at everybody who really loves Wayne at that time, this is from 2004 all the way up to 2010. Because now when 2010 gets here, who's bubbling up? Drake is starting to bubble up.
Yeah.
Right.
But Wayne is still the it guy.
Yeah.
Our boy Hove, who I'm still mad at him for dissing AJ, and then he came back.
Who the fuck's AJ?
AJ and Free from 106 and Park.
So fuck AJ.
What's wrong
You know
with
what I'm
AJ?
saying? There's nothing wrong with AJ, but I didn't like what he said to AJ on the show.
What did he
What
say?
did
to
he
him?
say?
He said, remember he was like waving the 4-5?
It ain't to play games with you.
Right, it's to aim at you. So basically, when Hove said he was retiring, and AJ was kind of like trying to leave the door open for him, like, hey, don't. It's like me telling you, like, yo, son, chill, what you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
So he took a shot at AJ on TV while talking to AJ, trying to make him look like he's stupid, like
And then he came back.
and then he came back.
And he never apologized to AJ.
Of course not. Why would he?
Where's AJ today?
He just fucked. He fucked Free.
Entertainment Tonight.
Okay.
So
He just fucked with Free.
and either way, I just didn't like that. But
All right. Fair.
even at Jay, because Jay used to have all the summers, right? That's Jay's thing.
Right.
I'm gonna kill the summer, but I'm gonna have the
Boy
album in
held
the
you
winter.
down for 6 summers. Where's the love?
Exactly. So Wayne did that and more. I felt like Wayne had more summers than Jay at a certain point.
Wayne had summers, fall, springs.
Somebody's gonna roast you in the fucking comments.
So I am a
and-
Jay-Z fan. I don't care what they say.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, like, you cannot. The only way you can argue it is if you just do not listen to the artist that we're talking about right now.
I think that's a very clear distinction. You can't argue that Wayne was consistently hot. But Hove is just Hove.
Hove is Hove.
There's a difference.
And I'm not taking when Hove come, the needle moves all the way.
Yeah, there's a difference.
But who was consistent through that time when Hove was playing with it?
Yeah.
Son, Lil Wayne.
So is it fair to say if you had to get a feature on your track, it would be Wayne?
Over Hove
Anyone.
at that time?
Anyone.
Or now?
You know how you say who's taking your last shot? What would you say?
Nah, it ain't
it
Wayne.
ain't Wayne.
It ain't Wayne.
It ain't
Really?
Wayne. It's
It ain't
not
Wayne
Wayne.
for me.
But no. Wait,
Who you going with? Drake?
wait.
If I got access to Hove, I'm going to Hove.
Wait.
Hove is not a good feature. Hove is not a good feature.
Hove is a good feature if you
Hove-
if you got the right beat. He's an
He's
excellent
not.
feature.
He's not known for features.
I've never
R&B
really heard a
features.
super strong
R-
Hove feature.
R&B features.
I don't make R&B. Come on, light skin. You think I make R&B music?
Well,
I'm
there's
sorry.
there's a case to be made for that.
Okay. So
Tell me how you feel.
So y'all telling me talk up? Y'all telling me Jay-Z talk up wasn't right?
talk up. Talk
Y'all
up.
telling me that song with Drug Dealers Anonymous? Because that's not Jay-Z song.
With the one with Pusha T.
Yeah,
Okay, but that's
but
different.
we talking about features though.
Right, but it's not the greatest feature from Jay-Z.
But it moved, son. No one's when we talk up, we're not talking Drake's verse. When we talk about Drug Dealers Anonymous, Pusha T, who I love, and is one of the top.
So
MC,
you're-
period. Son, people talk about Jay-Z thing. Damn, Daniel. He threw a meme in the rhyme, which he's been pretty good at, right? Like, I'm still gonna go for him. I'm still gonna go to Jay.
Not for features for me.
Is there anyone between Jay and Wayne for you?
We're talking about the last shot though. We're not just talking about just a random feature on your album. We're talking about the last
Nah,
shot.
you need this.
Because if I get Jay on the album, right, or my song, it also means that Jay fucks with me. So I'm gonna get a hot verse from him. If he don't mess with you,
That is a very valid point.
right?
That's a very valid point. You are solidified now.
Thank you.
Where you at, Twan? Who's taking your shot?
Are we talking time?
No.
So this
You're
is
coming with
across
some
the board.
KRS-One shit, ain't you?
No, not at all.
He's trying to bring Pac and Big into it.
No, I wouldn't even.
Did
I
Big
wouldn't
do
even say-
features?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. And Big's features was Big features were mostly underground. Like he did one with they called him Crustified Dibs but then he changed his name to something else. I can't remember.
He should have changed his name.
Justified Dibs was fucking crazy.
No, let's change that name. That's what we're gonna do.
It sounds disgusting.
I don't know.
Crusty Dibs on crust. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
No shout out. No disrespect to you, fam. This is the first time I'm hearing your name.
But Big followed a trend that was pioneered by Puff. Well, Jay followed a trend that was started by Big, pioneered by Puff.
Pause. Shout out to R.A. the Rugged Man.
R.A. the Rugged Man.
My
That's
God,
him.
I didn't know. Yo, Rugged, I didn't know that was your first name, B.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Good
have no
change.
idea who R.A. the Rugged
Good
Man
change.
is, nor
Well,
Krusty the Clown.
Good change, Rugged.
Listen to R.A. the Rugged Man, now once known as Crustified Dibs, featuring Biggie.
Okay.
That first of all, the beat was crazy, the lyrics was crazy, but that's another story.
I'm about to say some Wild Cowboy shit.
Who's taking?
Biggie's overrated.
We're not
All right,
going.
Go ahead, son.
We're not
Go ahead,
going.
go ahead.
We're not
Go ahead,
going.
son. Go ahead.
We're not going.
Go ahead, son.
Who's taking my last shot? I'd say Drake.
I knew you would go with Drake. I fucking knew you would go with Drake.
I'd
son.
say Drake.
You know what's annoying about that? When I look at my Spotify playlist,
It's Drake.
It's a whole lot of Drake.
fucking Drake.
Son, I got,
son.
because I don't want to keep derailing this conversation. Son, I got so much slack for what I was saying in personal circles about what I was saying about Drake. And I said, yo, he will, before they did this, I said he will be the artist of the decade.
Yes.
And he is.
And
Agree.
he became that. And I was saying this 3 years ago. He's going to be the artist of the decade.
I fucks with Drake heavy.
Yeah.
But Wayne's taking my last shot. Fuck you people.
All right.
I'm not mad at that.
So with that being said, you guys haven't listened to Funeral yet.
I haven't listened to Funeral yet.
I onced over it. I'm like 1.5 listens in.
Okay, so there's a particular song on Funeral called Mamma Mia.
Yes.
Wayne,
One of the better ones, no?
Wayne snapped on that. Wayne,
I don't like the beat, but Jesus Christ.
nah, I like the beat. But a beat aside, and Jay Electronica is from New Orleans, but count Jay Electronica out for a second because he's an anomaly. Wayne snapped so hard on Mamma Mia. I feel like that is the best Wayne verse ever, or the best Wayne, the best Wayne verses.
I need to listen to it again with some intent.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you on that. I don't disagree. I'll just get back to you on that.
Whoa.
Can I say I get same thing Snow just said. I get crucified in a lot of circles for when motherfuckers just talk about MCs as barred up and your top 10 and your top 5. Son, Wayne's always there for me. Always.
It's tough.
And motherfuckers be like, Wayne? I'm like, yeah, like who? Son, I wish a motherfucker would like a tree in this bitch. Son, he's been at shit like that for years.
That shit, you see that metaphor, how he put it, that is heavy in Mamma Mia.
Yes.
But to 1,000. Like, you know what's so sad about listening to Lil Wayne at this point in time? He went through such a tumultuous, if that's a word, tumultuous.
It is now, goddammit.
Yeah, fuck it.
Tumultuous.
He went through such a tumultuous 2016, mid 2017.
Was that the jail
17.
sentence?
No, that's when he had the issue with Baby.
Okay.
So where he was like, okay, you taking everything when I make an album, I'm not making an album.
Yeah.
So what happened was when people were waiting for the Carter 5, it was like, well, all right, son, well, where's the Carter 5?
Yeah.
Nope.
And that's just business getting in between shit.
Yeah.
That's really what that is.
And the problem with that is nowadays in this so-called microwave era, everything is on fast forward.
Yep.
So, my man, if you ain't on that bullet train, if you left at that stop, guess what? Bye.
Yeah.
And even for a Wayne, he can suffer from that, if I want to call it jet lag.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't putting out product, but everybody expected Wayne. And even when he put out the Carter 6?
6.
The Carter, when he put out the Carter 5.
This is Carter 6?
No, not 6. It was 5. The one before Funeral, right before Funeral. That was a good attempt but everything sound dated.
Son, yeah. So, first of all, Wayne, I find, is wild inconsistent.
Yeah.
From what perspective?
Just his bars and delivery is like, son, some albums are just fucking spectacular. Like, if I were to say Hove is the bar for consistency,
right,
Wayne is not that. But that doesn't mean that Wayne can't trade shots with Hove.
I believe he can when Wayne's
when
back
motivated.
is against the wall.
That's
right.
it. And this is my thing. I don't think it's sometimes he's genius, sometimes he's not. I think it's from a place of, it could be unmotivation, it could be laziness, it could be he's just busy being high right now. Right. And some of the work, where depending on where the work he's delivering slots into that, is what we get. So sometimes I'll listen to Wayne and be like, fam, nope. And then he'll show up after like 2 years of no music on somebody's fucking feature. And I'll be like, wait, what?
Where is this Wayne on his shit?
What the fuck? What did you say?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then he does it with a confidence that he knows he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like somebody must have said, yo, fam, you're out. And he was like, out? Out?
Yeah.
What?
Show me.
Right.
Show me where.
So I'm aware he's wild inconsistent, son. But when this man shows up to ball, I fucking love it, son.
Yeah.
And maybe his inconsistency is what adds to his greatness. Because, son, Hove is boring.
Hove can be.
You get what I mean? And boring for Hove is different. Because, son, you're so consistent. Son, watching Mayweather on his 50th undefeated fight is fucking boring.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? But that's Mayweather.
It's boring if you're looking for big punches. It's not boring if you are a fan of the sport.
There's no comeback story like he fell off and then came back and was like,
If you're looking for the story, then yeah. Other than consistency.
So I mean, son, I
watched Mayweather to the day he fucking, like, if he's in the funeral home throwing hands, I want to be there.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't quite. Mayweather's okay in my book. I feel like he could be a little more reserved, but yo, you are who you are.
And my comment about with Jay is, I never want Jay to retire. We need Bruce Springsteen. We need Frank Sinatra. We need those things.
Can I tell you that I don't know any Bruce Springsteen songs?
Get the fuck out of here.
You what?
I don't know any Bruce Springsteen songs.
You know.
Have I heard him?
Yeah.
Yes, probably. You'd be like, no, that's him.
You know him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you can't show up and be like, yo, son was here for...
I didn't mean to say Frank Sinatra. I meant to say Tony Bennett. Like, Tony Bennett's still going. Willie Nelson.
Is he still in... He's in Vegas, no? Tony Bennett?
Tony Bennett is wherever he wants to be.
Okay.
He's the mafia boss.
I'm tired of Tony Bennett.
And bro, do not speak bad about Tony Bennett.
Fucking Vegas.
And Willie Nelson, still making albums. Still on tour making
Snoop
albums.
said he don't fuck with Willie Nelson's weed.
That's another
He
conversation.
said Willie Nelson's the only person that ever outspoken.
Yeah. That was the time while I was still working there, by the way, when that happened. So
that's
there's
hilarious.
like wild stories that used to come through the building. I was like, yeah, wow, okay.
That's dope.
But Jay, I can listen to Jay until Jay is like on an oxygen tank because he's 110 years old.
Yeah. So you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You ain't never not gonna get what you came here for.
Yeah.
So how you feel about the album?
I like the album.
Back to Funeral.
Yes.
You like it?
I like the album. I simply cannot get past Mamma Mia.
I need to. I'll dial it in. I'll dial it in again.
Like
it did stand out on my first listen. Like,
yeah,
I had to come back here.
It's like when I heard it, and I want to say I heard it. It was like I heard it on my phone, and my phone just from the phone speakers.
Sure.
That is not a very good way.
No, because it's an iPhone, and iPhones are trash.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that because you might be right, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so that's the first place I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm doing something else, Lil Wayne. So I pulled up Lil Wayne on Apple Music, and I'm like, okay. The first one is kind of Meek Millish, with intro.
Yeah.
It was very Meek Millish.
That fucking build-up beat, yelling all shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay. The next one, just a point of reference. That's all I'm doing. Just a point of fucking reference.
I think it's fair to say the first 5 songs on the album were very, very, very strong.
The next one, Mahogany. That was okay.
That was a lot of wordplay.
Yeah.
And I like how he was tying Mahogany to different periods of his life.
Yeah.
I thought that concept was wild dope.
Mm-hmm.
On the first listen, I picked that up. I was like, oh, you know what Mahogany reminded me of?
What's that?
That playfulness that he has. Remember the Dr. Carter?
Yeah.
When she was like, we're losing him.
Yeah. That was on what?
Carter 3, maybe?
4 or 3.
One of them. Like, that's that playfulness that I love about him. Like, let me take you on a fairy tale story here.
Right. Then I hit Mamma Mia. And I'm like, why the fuck would you name a song Mamma Mia? And then I listened.
Shout out to ABBA.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Super quick story. I'm in the house high as shit because the brownies are hitting like way too hard for no reason. So my wife comes home. And you take a shower with your wife, son?
I would love to, but these bathrooms are just too small.
New York problems.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so
no, new building in New York problems.
Yes.
Well, this is what I say to you. Go down. Should I say them? Because, it's not like they sponsor us.
Is it McDonald's?
To the W. Rent a room for the weekend. Plan a weekend in the city. And get one of those bathrooms. And you have yourself a shower with your wife, bro. Those bathrooms, those showers.
I will not indulge in your whore activity.
Those showers are amazing and can fit everybody in there.
Well, I will not indulge in your
W.
whore
I'm sure the
activity,
fucking shower, you can fit about 10 people in there.
The only W I acknowledge is Bush.
And Wu-Tang.
Have yourself.
My bad.
Exactly.
Wu-Tang.
Have yourself a shower with your woman, bro. Make yourself down to the W.
Yeah, we've taken well this is not a relationship podcast, but we've taken baths. Like we've gone away and
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. With the shower light.
Always in the jacuzzi.
In the jacuzzi.
Shower light, bro. Shower with your lady, B.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
So
I mean, I have showered with her, but I haven't lately.
when you get your house, make sure the shower is yay big, yay tall.
Most definitely.
Make it like the size of a drive-through.
So it's
enjoyable.
That's about the size I need.
Yeah.
So we were getting ready to hop in. The water's heating up, and we're in the bathroom talking shit. And I just start humming ABBA. I'm just like, She's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, yo, no, fam, like, don't talk to me like that. You're like, you don't know, you know how cultured I am. I've been about ABBA because my mom used to listen to ABBA.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, Google, play ABBA.
Whoa, come on, son. Come on, son. Wrong podcast.
What the fuck?
Fucking podcast. Okay, Google. Stop playing.
So I'm bullshitting because the bathroom door is closed. The bathroom door is closed. So I'm bullshitting, right? Son, the shit starts playing. She's like, wait, did it hear you? So now she's wild concerned because we got one in the bedroom and one in the living room. Yeah. And we're like the bathroom's a perfect triangle between the two.
Yeah. Same shit here.
So something picked it up and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we gonna rock out to this ABBA. and she was just like, yeah, I do like Mamma Mia. I was like, Mamma Mia? What are you talking about? She's like, no, ABBA wrote and sang. What in the fuck?
Okay, son, that is not me.
That's me.
Son, turn that okay shit off, please.
So
it's actually not even supposed to be on my phone right now. That's the funny thing.
Did it start on yours?
Yeah, it did.
Damn that.
God is watching you. So she's like, no, ABBA wrote and sang the music for Mamma Mia. It's like, holy shit, I did not know that.
Right.
I don't know how, I don't know, it was just, it's just one thing that slipped by me.
Yeah, details. That's all. It happens. You can't catch all the details.
It's the small things.
And then a week later, look at the Lil Wayne song list and see Mamma Mia. I was like,
Yeah.
It's just funny how life works like that. Like,
it's just life seems to connect the dots all by itself.
So in general, right now, like I know you got a couple listens, and I think you already have a solid opinion. In terms of this album, without anything before or after, what would your rating be on it? Like out of 5?
Out of 5 for this, me, you asking?
Yeah.
I'd say this is a solid 4.5.
Right.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
Yes.
For a long time, I thought you didn't like Wayne.
No, I was the one championing Wayne when he was still Hot Boys.
Yes, that's the Wayne I don't want to hear.
Right, but
I was a fan of Wayne as Hot Boys too.
Listen, so
We was fighting in high school because of that.
so early Wayne,
Wu-Tang forever, motherfucker. Talking about no Manny Fresh. RZA.
early Wayne. Oh, and I'm gonna get to my Manny Fresh rant in 2 seconds. Early Wayne. This is young Wayne. Wayne, like, who the fuck is this little dark skinned kid with the hair? I said, and I've done this with a whole lot of artists. This is why I need to be somebody's A&R. I don't know, Def Jam, Universal, Sony Publications, Rock Nation.
Nah,
if y'all listening,
independent route, bro.
and yeah, whatever. Listen, I'm retiring soon. Somebody need to be listening to this podcast right now. However, I was the first person that said, "Who is this young boy, and why is he rap so good?" And he was rapping circles around everybody except for maybe Juvenile. Juvenile was the person you wanted to hear.
Guys, come on. That's like LeBron playing in his high school league. Go fuck yourself. I don't think there were wild amounts of talent on that going on in that group.
YG was
Right,
pretty
it
good
wasn't.
too, though,
It
bro.
wasn't. But there were
YG was pretty good.
YG was in Hot Boys?
Sorry, BG.
Oh.
BG, right. However, when you're talking about a person that was able to put words together,
Yeah.
and make you say, "Wait, what did he just say?"
Yeah.
That was Lil Wayne then.
Yep.
And that's when he was writing his shit then. Then
This is where
fast
it comes into play.
Fast forward about 6 years in it. Not even. I'd say maybe 6 years, 5 to 7 years later, where he's like, "Fuck all of you. I'm going the Jay-Z route. I ain't writing nothing."
Wait, Jay-Z doesn't write. Oh, you mean just not writing down rhymes?
Yes,
Yeah.
he doesn't. He formulates his
Gotcha.
rhymes in his head. He spits it. So if
Interesting. You can see a difference between those two Waynes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you can.
yeah, I could see a difference between Jay and Jay then,
Jay,
where
Hawaii
Jay
Sophie
wrote.
fame.
I never looked for it. Maybe I'll join you guys in that quest.
Jay wrote a lot of rhymes for Reasonable
Reasonable
Doubts.
Doubt.
All right. He didn't start
Volume 1.
not writing his rhymes until you can tell he was MJ with this.
Yep.
Then you can tell, okay, he's not writing his rhymes anymore. But Jay wrote some of his rhymes, and he even writes some of his rhymes now.
You want to know the difference? If you can find out the recording of Brooklyn's Finest, what year and month it is, and then find out the album that dropped from Jay after that, year and month, that's when you're able to tell.
That was
Okay,
Reasonable
stop writing.
Doubt. Or Volume 1.
Yeah, but
Reasonable Doubt was 96.
But everything wasn't finished when they did Brooklyn's Finest. Everything wasn't
Right.
done.
Right.
So you can tell there's a switch point in that album where it shows up.
I'm making sure I go gold when the weather folds. Just put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. That was written.
So interesting you say that. So one of the hardest whole verses I've ever heard was that Clinton Sparks freestyle. When he was like, "My calm is my armor, my charm and wit is like a leather bomb, I'll bomb your shit." And then he was like, it was something, as long as I'm something loved, and I could walk through water and not get wet.
I think that was written.
You think that was written?
I think that was written.
Okay.
When it comes to it might, and this is just me, I think. usually you can tell if you listen really closely to a recorded song. You can tell when he spits the bars, when he says such and such, such and such, and such and such and such, and then it'll break, and then it'll go into another. He'll do 8, and then he'll stop.
Okay.
And then they'll record another 8, and then they stop. That's what people do when they don't write their rhymes. If they don't have a full 16 or a full, 24 written or in their mind already. Listen, remembering rhymes is very difficult.
Sure.
So, especially
but then again,
they're new.
We're not rhymesmiths.
Right, and
but
our brains is not right. Our brains are not trained.
If that's your job, I gotta believe it really ain't that difficult.
Right, but you know what? For many people in that profession, it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like actors ad-libbing, or what do you call it when what the actors do? Improv. And
now Wayne improvs a lot as well. He won't. He'll make something up in his mind, like when you hear him lighten up and then here he's ready. All right, he hear the beat. All right, I know how I want to approach this.
Sure.
I'm going to approach this way. That is all a function of writing a rhyme or attacking a track is what they want to call it. So now, once you know if you have the first 20 words that you want to say in mind, and I'll take it back, I take it down some. The first 10 words. You know the first 10 words you want to say is with this, that, and that. That is close to, if not 8 bars already.
Right.
So now, what are you going to say around those words? And then you have to be witty.
Yeah.
You have to have that type of, like Jay is a person that if you sitting down having a conversation with him, you know that you say something to him, he's going to respond in a very witty way. If it calls for it, being able to think on your toes.
Yep.
And respond accordingly. That comes from people that are very good wordsmith. Wayne is another one.
Sure.
Shout out to King Los.
King Los, yes. King Los.
But okay, so
very underrated.
So
you're
like
4.5.
So like nice. 4.5. What was you?
I can't rate it yet.
Okay.
Because
double back.
So right now, what would you say? It'll be a soft one.
I feel like a 4.
You 4 right now?
Because my first listen, I'm usually listening for fuck shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll listen, if a track catches me, fine, I'll listen all the way through.
Yeah.
But my first listen of albums is usually like, I could vibe, I'll be back. I could vibe, I'll be back. Nope, fuck this.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I make note of the songs and never listen to again.
Right.
And then I'll come back and start to dive in.
Okay. But
so far there was like 1 or 2 songs that I kind of like, because it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's like 24 tracks.
Yeah. Me and Snow was talking about this earlier. Like, I wish, just give me 7, son. Me and Snow agreed. 7 is it's the God number, son. It's the God number. 7 songs.
7
baby.
is the reason why we out here. This is why Tiana Taylor's out here pissed.
Why? Her album was fire.
Son.
Her album was fire.
He cut stuff from her album that's on actual songs.
Cut the fluff, baby.
Nah, fam. You can't do that.
That's why.
Not with her.
That's why we don't.
Son, thank you. Not with her, bro.
Hey,
bro.
Look, don't talk about the second Jesus.
Son.
God sent this man here to die for your sins.
And Michael Jordan. They split the number 2 slot.
Michael Jackson? I don't know, son. Well, the third Jesus. Yeah, look, listen to me.
Michael Jackson and Jordan, they split number 2.
We don't go to the butcher because he got a big knife. You go to the butcher because he can trim the fat, baby. You understand?
Yeah, you know
I just need that lean meat.
Fat makes for a very good flavor.
You have a point, but I don't want it on my steak.
You can add some. You can leave some fat on my steak. But
all right,
yeah,
Snow didn't listen to it because he doesn't like Lil Wayne, so we'll move on.
We'll let Snow double back on this. We'll let him give his rating.
Shout out to Breezy too. Dropped like so many.
Fam, I probably like 30% through on that album.
Yeah, I'm still. This is not the current album.
Nah,
No,
this
the
is the
last
one
one.
where he dropped like 50 songs.
Son,
And I still haven't heard a bad song either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
the thing about it.
I am only 75% done with that fucking album.
It's
Son,
been out for like years now.
I remember being on a train, just pausing like, yo, son, what the fuck, son?
Yo, listen, listen. If he hears it, he hears it. Shout out fucking Breezy.
Of course.
Son, I have been a Chris Brown fan
Yeah.
forever.
Same.
Even through that whole Rihanna shit, because first of all, that Chris Brown Rihanna shit really threw me for a loop because domestic violence is not cool.
Right.
And it takes two.
And on the second,
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes two.
and on the second
Yeah.
side of that, those that know, if you know, you know, right?
If you know,
you know.
Shout out Push.
If you know about where that woman is from,
You know, I fucking know.
yeah. So we just gonna leave that alone.
Not only that, but the fact that she didn't double backed on fucking Oprah, the queen of fuckery,
Yeah,
and pretty much didn't walk herself off the edge, but was like, yeah, it was pretty much like it's not all him.
right.
Yeah.
And you come to understand, like, yo, son, he took that capital L for the both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it catapulted her career because Hov was like, now you're a bad girl, Riri.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And you can emerge from all, which is
now
all,
we got
this
all
is all
this
fine.
Tatted up Chris Breezy.
Son,
which-
I have never seen, maybe Ye, because Twisted Fantasy was kind of that your comeback album.
Twisted
Right.
Fantasy.
Son, Breezy got damned,
Yeah,
deleted, canceled.
They was trying to cancel him.
But son, he just has so much talent. You can't close the door on him.
he has
He fought his
talent.
way back in for
He
sure.
has talent. He is the most resilient,
Mm.
artist.
Yeah.
For
I love
the
Chris
decade,
Brown, son.
he like if Drake gets the man of the decade,
Yeah.
Chris Brown gets the most resilient.
And I'm happy that they're working their stupid shit out.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. I mean, I wouldn't say.
So that part of the Drake interview was so good to hear.
Yeah.
I wish it was the same for him and Ye.
Yeah. Well,
That
that's
breaks my
another-
heart
Time.
that they
It's called
can't.
time.
Fuck, man.
And Ye
called
is
time.
current. That's current.
No, it's straight up just time.
Yeah.
Give
Right.
it time. We'll see.
Give it-
Because Ye's
for
being
sure.
a dick.
For
He
sure.
was being a dick. And I don't think he's a dick anymore, but you got to live with what you did.
No, I'm
Right.
sorry. I think Ye is still being a dick. He's just being a godly
Don't
dick
you
now.
talk about Jesus' son
I
like
said,
that.
don't ask, no questions.
Don't ask. Okay.
But yeah, so well, yeah.
All right. So here's where things kind of take a little downer.
God, I put this here and I didn't want to. I wanted to just listen. Do you remember when I said, "Yo, what's up?" I was thinking about adding a little piece before, just you, because
Yeah.
I think you got the voice for it.
Yeah.
Before
Thank you.
one of the.
Are you hitting on me?
No, I'm not, sir.
That Barry White voice.
So I have to. I'm still fucking with the tones. Like I can't fucking get it right, son.
It's just not in my toolbox. I can't
For
do it.
sure. So, but
I hate my voice, by the way.
Sounds good to me.
This was
Are
something.
you hitting on me? I'm not coming to Xbox. No, and I'm not coming to PC, bro.
You will.
I'm
Come
done.
You
Yeah,
will come
Xbox.
to PC.
I'm done, son.
Xbox Series X stands for snow.
Snow unknown.
This one's for you.
But so I was like, maybe you can put something. Listen, because I didn't want to really talk about it.
Yeah.
So it was just like, but you was like, no, we're not gonna jump on that yet. We're gonna dedicate.
Let it settle in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. Can I preface my part of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
So this was the Friday before it happened. We were at work and we were talking about something completely different, like movies or some stupid shit.
Right.
And somehow it ended up on a basketball. Oh, the conversation curved to basketball, and we was like, who's the GOAT? So two people were Michael Jordan.
Mhm.
One person was like LeBron.
Mhm.
We were like, okay, don't disagree, because that's a generation thing. You can tell
Right.
how old or what generation someone belongs to based on who they think is the GOAT.
Right.
We came up watching Jordan play,
Right.
and we're going to go with Jordan.
Yeah, he
We
was
also,
smacking.
but
He was
we also
smacking people.
came and seen that other guy too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it is what it is, right?
In fact, we missed the beginning of Jordan.
We did.
not miss.
Well, I didn't miss the
No,
beginning.
you
of Jordan.
right. You didn't miss the beginning of Jordan, but we did.
Now, we was like, all right, so that's a dope conversation to have,
Right.
because I hate that in conversations that you're having with whatever,
Right.
there needs to be a definitive side. You're right, I'm wrong. So we all came to the fact that, based on what, the GOAT has different meaning or requirements for you.
Right.
So, and then we were all like, all right, cool. So we established it's either Jordan or LeBron, but who's taking your last shot? And almost everybody at once said Kobe.
Kobe.
That was it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Everybody said Kobe.
Yeah.
This was Friday.
Yeah.
My man at work that was a part of that conversation Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Sunday.
The 26th.
Text me a link. He texted us a link in the group chat. Was like, yo, do y'all see this?
Yeah.
I got this thing. There are two media outlets. I never click the links. These fucks don't get pennies from me. TMZ and World Star.
Yeah.
So when I see them, I'm not clicking that.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the headline.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fam, get back to me. That's your source?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. We're not doing that.
Yeah. I just one thing I gotta say though, and this is because I was in the, I did the MJ thing for a little bit, the Michael Jackson thing. Son,
They not wrong.
TMZ say you dead.
Yeah.
They never wrong. They haven't been wrong, to be honest.
You don't have to like them.
Yeah.
But if they say it, you
Son,
can
that's
almost
And you know that's
bank
driven
on
by
it.
capitalism because they're giving
Of
big
course.
money dollars for that news.
And everybody
Right.
knows it.
And
Yeah,
but-
you'll get the
and-
most from TMZ.
and we're gonna talk about TMZ
Mhm.
and the fuck shit that they do that everybody is just brushing over. They have a fucking show on what, Channel 5?
Yeah.
Mm.
Show's actually quite entertaining.
Right, but yeah, we can all be entertained when it's not us. But
There's
the
a lot of
moment-
judgment and
No,
shame on that
It's
show.
not
Yeah.
listen, not so much as the judgment part, but god damn it, do you have to break news before my fucking wife knows?
Yeah.
Nah, that's
hold on.
just
Let's-
Fuck
stuff.
you,
let's-
TMZ.
Let's scale back real quick.
Because if
Listen.
it wasn't TMZ, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah,
Let's
but
scale back real quick. I want to do this the right way. First off, R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P.
to Kobe Bryant,
Kobe Bean
his
Bryant,
daughter, and the 7 other people who was also involved.
Gianna Bryant. I don't have the names of the other people.
and the 7 other people who was also
we
affected.
can
You know what I mean?
somebody pull those up because I just want to. I just want to give
I just want to, like, if this ever reaches out to anyone who's close to any one of those people, when people are saying what they're saying about Kobe Bryant, I don't want you to ever think that they're not thinking about the other people that was on that. It goes with it, but we quote know Kobe. Nobody wants to see anyone die unless you're Ari Shaffir, right? And when this message is going out there and all that love is going out there, I hope that you accept it as a part of it, because this unfortunate tragedy has tied all 9 of those people together. And the catalyst of that is the names. Like, we don't say all the names of the people who was at 9/11, right? We just say 9/11.
Yeah.
We say the towers. We
Yeah.
don't say the flight number. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of it, Where they get their day is, on the anniversary of the death, all the names get read. That's part of that. But before we start getting into a lot of the garbage that was going on with it, I just want to sit and say my, memories and my highlights of Kobe. And it's going to be weird. It's going to be all over the place, but, stick with me. Kobe first came, I remember playing, was it Live 96, Live 97? I can't remember which one it was. And one of them, you had to punch the name in and then they go, doop, 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 and then his stats would fill in. Because at this time, they was doing some weird stuff with the games and you couldn't have them on there already. But they was embedded in the code.
Right.
And I remember getting him because I had heard about him. I watched his draft, all the drafts back then, right? And I was just like, okay. Drafted the one team, they traded him. I remember that's what happened with Chris Webber and a few other people. I was like, this, if you get traded that early, chances are, my feeling was, oh, you're going to be pretty good if you get traded that early, right? So I remember it was him, Nick the Quick. Shout out to Nick Van Exel. And one of my favorite players at the time, Eddie Jones. Right? So I'm sitting here and I saw Kobe do some stuff. And I'm like, yo, this team is going to be dope to watch. Son, the three of these dudes running down court, Nick ain't going to know who to give the ball to. Son, this is about to be Showtime Lakers. Again, because it wasn't Showtime Lakers for a little bit. So I'm like, this is going to be good. I remember watching Kobe. Kobe was just like, he got small playing time, TV time, because one, cable TV we didn't get a lot of Laker games back then. So when we get it, he comes to the Nets.
Only when they slaughter the Knicks.
Coming to the Nets, because we get the Nets stuff, and he come into the Knicks. And then whatever the Sunday game was, we would watch them sometimes because they haven't gotten back in TV rotation just yet.
Right.
So every time I watch it, I'm just like, now I didn't see the greatness of what the end of his career was, but I was like, this dude is going to be, this dude's going to be special.
Yeah.
The rookie game, the All-Star game. I don't think it's not the rookie game. I think the All-Star game I saw him in. I'm like,
first 18-year-old to make it to the NBA All-Star.
Him and KG was going banana. I'm just like, son, this dude is nice. This dude is nice. Now, I'm more of the Michael Jordan dude. I have a sibling that's 3 years younger than me. That's his Michael Jordan.
Don't disagree.
That's his Michael Jordan.
For sure.
And he used to, and I don't like going to get at my younger brothers, but he's like, yo, Kobe's this, Kobe's that. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you're not wrong, but man, that boy Jordan's at the tail end of his career.
It was really amazing to see them play against each other.
Yes. Yes.
I was happy I got to see that.
And I'm just sitting here like in awe. So like, you know, I get my whatever year of NBA Live and a few other games around that time. You know, my brother goes straight for Kobe. He Kobe this, Kobe that, Kobe this, Kobe that. And, you know, he killing with Kobe. And I'm just like, man, his numbers inflated right now. And I'm like, I'm watching. And I remember he would get he had the Sprite commercials. My brother started drinking Sprite for a little bit. And, you know, we the hood. You don't really drink Sprite like that. All our sodas are dark, right? So you drinking Sprite, that's either passed down. You don't pick it up.
What do you mean we're not drinking Sprite like that, son?
It's either passed down.
Son, I'm drinking Sprite.
I'm drinking
It's
Sprite.
either passed down.
I don't like what you're saying
It's
right
either
now, son.
passed down or you're influenced, right? So
That would have been 7-Up.
So 7-Up would be another one.
7-Up is horrible.
And 7-Up is delicious. Sprite and 7-Up is so good.
Thank God they got rid of 7-Up.
Nah, 7-Up's still here. You wildin'.
Sierra Mist. Was really good, but then they did something to it and made it less sugar, and now it's horrible.
The fountain soda is still better, but
okay.
So Kobe's getting his sneakers, which I never liked, and then
Were they No, they weren't Reebok. They were Nike.
They started off as Adidas.
I believe they was Adidas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he was dating Brandy, which I thought was super dope. Right?
Was he really?
Yeah, him and Brandy. They were dating. I don't know how far it got, but they were dating. Right? We're talking about old school dating. I'm not talking about this today era dating. Like they were dating.
Why do you think that was dope? You like Brandy?
Son, I still think Brandy's beautiful, and I thought her voice was amazing, and she was great. And
her voice was amazing.
No one can take that away from her because at one point in time she
voice.
dominated TV, and she had spin-offs.
Moesha?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a clip of them.
Not rocking with Brandy.
There's a couple clips of them together where you could just see that
that
youngness in
Chris
them.
Brown, Rihanna shit.
And yeah, but better than that. It was better than theirs. Like it looked
was,
like if they would have been together today, if you saw that back then, you wouldn't be surprised.
Sure.
They were totally smitten with each other. Like it was electricity between them.
Sure.
Right? Shaq shows up.
Big Diesel.
And I'm a huge Shaq fan, even back then. Shaq fan from day one.
Right? I always thought he was overrated, but go ahead. We can talk
Shaq
about that
fan,
later.
day one, right? He come through. He's like the big kid. You know what I'm saying? So like he's the big kid, and then he has an actual kid on his team that's more serious to him. And Shaq IQ was so real that he knew Kobe was going to be the guy. Now, I'm not saying that Kobe was going to be the greatest of all time or anything like that, but he knew Kobe was that dude. And forget about them beefing with each other, but I just saw the challenges, and I just saw how he would raise up. And then I remember that Blazers series with the the Lakers versus the Blazers, and Shaq went out, and Shaq was pissed, and Kobe was chatting to him like, "Yo, I got you, fam." I don't know what he said, but basically he's like, "I got you. I got it. Don't worry about it." Kobe's still young at this time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's still young.
He took it.
Son, and he closed that game.
He sent it.
And I remember a time when it was Jordan, then it became Kobe.
Yeah. Man.
And then you didn't hear Jordan's name no more while Jordan was still playing.
Well,
it was
Kobe
Kobe everywhere.
Because at that time, we didn't know Jordan would be the GOAT either.
Well, I knew he was the GOAT.
I mean, when we were
from 97 past,
Jordan
Jordan
was always a dominant person.
Right.
But we didn't know he would be
the term
that
GOAT,
level of fucking untouchable.
Right. The term GOAT wasn't really a thing at that
weren't
time.
throwing it around.
It wasn't until he was on the tail end of his career and still
like,
washing everyone. We were like, wait, what?
He was washing people with the Wizards.
Yeah, exactly. So then we talk about all that, right? Jordan on the Wizards. Who's the guy?
Kobe.
Kobe's the guy, right? And this is before the thing that happened with him in 2003. Kobe's that guy, right? Everybody's coming for Kobe. Kobe, if you're not coming for Kobe, Kobe's coming for you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start hearing little stories in papers before we had social media and all this stuff. You start seeing little things, little stories. Yo, dude, Kobe, 1,500 shots. I was still playing ball at the time. I didn't have no hoop dreams, but I always wanted to be on call for anybody that need me to help on a tournament.
You are a surprisingly good basketball player.
Thank you.
You're still trash though. We can get to rock and go outside and solve this
fam.
right
My left hand is still dangerous, B.
We're still
I'm righty, but this left hand is still dangerous.
We're still having this conversation about going outside with the
It ain't raining. It ain't rated today.
So
You know
the
what I
gun,
mean?
my gun is always loaded. That's
Okay.
all I gotta say.
All right, proceed.
So I would take about 1,000 shots. Sometimes if I had more time, I'd take 1,500 shots. It's kind of tough to do by yourself.
Yeah.
When you in a gym and you got all this
You got
fancy
somebody to
equipment,
pass it
somebody
back
passes
and
the
shit.
ball,
Yeah.
Whatever. But I would still try to get my shots up, even in the wintertime. So I heard that. I'm like, damn.
That's a lot.
I'm like, damn. Now he's doing it all the time. I'm doing it when I can get to it. I used to do 100. 100 was nothing. But
100 a day.
Even before school. And I didn't play on the team.
True.
And I didn't want to play on the team.
Right.
But if you needed me, I'm ready to go. So I'm thinking son, this is unreal. This dude is, and then his hops. And then I started getting my IQ for ball started developing more and more. So I always watch players, but I started really watching them. And I'm just sitting here yo, he has Jordan footwork. Jordan footwork was damn near perfect. He took that and then took it somewhere else.
Yeah,
then I watched him on defense on how to get past him, what he would do, where he knew his help was at, where he knew his help wasn't, where he knew his ability to be on someone's shooting shoulder versus their off shooting shoulder. He just knew these things. Of course, he has access, but I'm watching him execute in real time. Mm-hmm. Jordan did that, but I've never seen Jordan execute defensively like that. Lock in defensively. I've seen him lock in on certain people defensively.
I've seen it.
But
If you've seen Jordan lock somebody in, it's because they were running their mouth.
9 times out of 10, correct. Now, when Jordan locked on you defensively, it wasn't because of you, outside of you talking to him. It was because that's just who he was.
Right.
This was Kobe, but he was trying to take you apart limb for limb for limb for limb for limb. I never saw that from Jordan.
Oh.
Jordan, I never seen that from Jordan, bro.
Jordan was not known for his defense.
And the thing, yes, he was. He was.
Really?
But
he was all defensive player
plenty
for
of times.
2 or 3 years
Plenty
straight.
of times. But
I didn't know that.
But the one thing I want to tell people about when it comes to Jordan is people forget this. A lot of times, Pippen picked up that best dude on the other team. And they would just trade off, but Pippen would have the majority. Kobe has never had that on his team.
Well, I mean, he did when he had
Rick Fox plays no defense.
Nah, not Rick Fox.
Shaq?
You had
George Lynch.
Ori, when Ori played.
I would say more so Lamar Odom held him down than Horry when it came to that because those positions were too far off.
Well, Ori played small.
But
Lamar played power.
But Horry was a power forward though.
Ori was a small forward. because he was guard. Pippen guarded him.
Do you understand the scope of who Pippen guarded though?
Now,
if you was the mailman, he not guarding you. But if you was one of them scrawny ones, so originally Robert Horry was a power forward. He's a small forward listed that played power forward.
Right.
So any offense that involved him was kind of small ball. When they finally put him in small forward, which was San Antonio days,
right,
and a little bit of the Lakers, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, this dude's this size the whole time." It's like Iverson is not 6 feet; he's not 6'1".
No, he's like 6'3".
Right? No,
6'2".
no. Iverson's like 5'10",
something like that.
Is he really?
Son,
yeah, he's
5'10", 5'11", bro.
Dunking like that?
Yeah,
nah,
he had
like
up.
a Spud Webb.
So
Muggsy.
Back to Kobe, right? Son, watching him, and he did go on the chucking streak, right? That's the other thing that fueled the Kobe
It ain't chucking
thing.
when you the GOAT, though.
Nah, it's chucking when you got like 3 people open and you don't pass the ball, son. Like,
well,
I feel like...
But that's a different conversation. People call him... don't expect to get many points if Kobe is playing with you. But the problem is, you as your supporting staff, if it wasn't Kobe, it was Shaq. If it wasn't Shaq, maybe it was Nick. At that point in time, you all right over there, son? All right, cool.
Battery.
Yeah, Batan Aziz. So Kobe's mindset was, I can't depend on you to score.
Sure.
And since I can't depend on you to score, I'm going to score.
Yeah, nah, that's not the time period I'm talking about, though. The time period I'm talking about is everybody that was around Kobe.
You're talking about Afro Kobe.
Everybody that was around Kobe.
Number 6 Kobe.
Could score. Number 8 Kobe.
Number 8, right, number 8
Everybody
Kobe.
that was around Kobe could score. They can hit those, because remember, we could play 15-footers. We could do 12-footers. We could do 18-footers.
Okay.
Son, everybody on that team could score. This dude was just chucking. Like, there's no out of that.
Who's chucking?
Kobe.
It's not chucking when you the GOAT, son.
Son, at the time, he's just a young dude out here with fire. He chucking.
I disagree, son.
You know what I mean?
I disagree, son.
So, that's what that was, fam. Like,
Jordan was chucking.
But yeah,
but he only did that if he was putting. He's like, yo, we need this win.
All right, then.
It's all me.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a ball hog, but you're not going to win the game, then that's a problem.
Come get this 50.
Right. That's Jeremy Lynch.
Come get this 50. But anyway, the whole Kobe thing, right? Even and then the situation happened.
Jeremy Lin, sorry.
The whole situation happened with him in Colorado, whatever that was, right? And you saw the third transformation with Kobe. I think Chappelle put it best.
When he became the Black Mamba?
Well, he was already the Black Mamba, is when he started marketing it, right?
I personally feel like he didn't become the Black Mamba until 97, 98.
Nah.
When he came,
wasn't it later?
Nah, it was
when
later
he
than
came when he came back from the Achilles injury, he became the Black Mamba.
I
thought the Black Mamba was like a
the ankle
last
thing was in
2007.
It was.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 2000,
yeah.
2000, not
Okay.
97.
Yeah,
I'm
and
right.
in that case, yeah, because we can have that, but he was already building up to it. I felt like the last straw was the incident in Colorado, because literally, like Chappelle said, it was like he was playing for his freedom. Like the judge handing the ball and was like, play me for your freedom. Like that's like the way he was balling out between 2003 and 2009, my G. My God, what the battery in his backpack was ridiculous. Like you saw a whole nother dude. He was venomous, thus the Mamba thing, right? To the point to where people got mad at they got mad at LeBron James. I feel like it was either the 2009 or the 2010 All-Star game where Barkley and Shaq and Kenny was on the stand and they was telling him that he was the best player, and Kobe and LeBron was like, nope. Kobe Bryant, and this is at the time when Kobe was still being vilified, right? Nope, Kobe Bryant is still the best player in the game, and people was mad at LeBron, which is why I get mad at everybody else when LeBron finally said it. He said it like 5 years, 6 years later, I'm the best player in the world, and everybody got mad with him, but y'all was trying to give it to him 6 years ago. Why y'all mad at him for finally saying it now?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, anyway, his determination, the stories that you hear about Jordan,
Right.
you know, behind the scenes. The only difference between Jordan and Kobe is Jordan punched somebody in the face.
And Jordan
And Kobe got punched in the face. You know.
Yeah.
Just
And Kobe didn't say
history.
fuck those kids.
Right. Kobe did not say fuck those kids.
Fuck them kids. Well, Jordan didn't say fuck them kids.
No,
either.
sir. According to the internet,
But the
Jordan said
meme-
fuck those kids.
Son, I am running with that fuck them kids.
I'm sorry, I can run with it too.
I'm running with that all the way to the bank.
grandchildren's gonna know that Jordan said fuck those
Fuck
kids.
those kids. Tommy Hilfiger said, we don't make clothes for them. And Jordan said, fuck those kids.
And
Yo.
Timberland said,
I don't make. These wasn't intended for
strange
urban.
fruit.
Yeah.
What about you? What you got on the Kobe, son?
Kobe, listen, since his career, and let's be clear, I watched this dude in high school. I watched this dude, and I want to say, this is where people start to kind of, and I don't want to be too long. People started to, people were talking about, you know, when he was drafted, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I want to say he was originally slated to go to the Golden State Warriors.
Nah.
It was Charlotte, wasn't it?
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
And Golden State gave up their pick for another pick, which caused Kobe to fall to like 14, to the 14th or something pick. However, because everybody wanted a higher pick.
Right.
Yep.
And then what happened was it was Golden State and Charlotte had some sort of agreement.
Right.
And then Charlotte picked up the pick and then traded him to LA. And that's what happened. So originally,
So that's the ghost of the Kobe. That's what Charlotte got to live with.
So yeah, it's really bad. It looked really bad for both Charlotte and Golden State. And Kim, can you verify that?
I'm trying to find out what was the history of that Charlotte pick, but I think you're right. Not when you broke it down like that, I think you're absolutely right.
It had, I want to say it had something to do with originally Golden State having Kobe as their pick, and they gave up that pick to Charlotte.
Oh,
and
fuck them.
And then Charlotte was like, fuck this kid. We don't need him.
Can I do something real quick and you can get back to this?
Spill, son.
So let's read out that draft real quick. Remember, Kobe was 13th, right?
Right.
So here's the people who was drafted before.
And listen, there are no slouches, but there were a lot of busts too.
There's some people in there that should not have been taken before Kobe.
Absolutely.
But we understand the risk, right?
Come with it.
Allen Iverson.
Trash. Next.
I won't say that, but go ahead.
At one point, I looked like Allen Iverson, right? Marcus
It's true.
Camby.
Trash.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Yeah.
Fuck is that?
Yes.
He
was good money, fam. He was good money. He may not have the longevity, but he was good money for the time that he was in.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Stephon Marbury. Shout out to
Trash. That's two Knicks players. Trash.
There was a lot of fucking hitters that fucking year.
Fam, you talking about the whole Knicks roster right now, son. Fuck them.
No, you talking about when they got to the Knicks and it was a problem.
Marcus Camby was a problem.
Right.
Early Marcus Camby.
He still was a problem when he was on the Knicks.
Yeah.
He's just not the ball player that you like.
The championship of the Knicks says otherwise.
Ray Allen.
He aight.
Wow. Jesus Shuttleworth will slap fire out of you, son.
He aight, son.
Antoine Walker.
Another one.
I thought you didn't like that movie.
When he went to Boston,
Antoine Fisher.
When Antoine Walker played for Boston, he was a problem.
Sorry. But don't forget, he was on that Heat team.
Yes, he was.
He was on that Heat team.
Yes, he was.
Lorenzen Wright.
Who the fuck is that?
Debatable.
Yeah, debatable.
Right?
Debatable.
Kerry Kittles.
Debatable. He was a...
He had longevity though.
No.
Kittles was around for a while.
Kittles and that injury kind of did him in.
The injury and then the lockout came, and you heard nothing else about Kerry Kittles.
Right. Samaki Walker.
Yeah, that he was another questionable. He was
Eric Dampier.
Wow.
Was he French?
Dampier.
Right.
Is that Juicy Smouillet's cousin?
Juicy
Todd
Smouillet.
Fuller. Should not have happened.
Nah, son. But
Because-
Todd Fuller was a big man. He was a power forward.
So
no?
that's the Golden State Warrior pick from Orlando and Washington. Because remember, it was more than that. I couldn't figure out what it was.
Right.
So that's one of the situations right there.
There you
Now,
go.
I at the time was upset about that because Vitaly Potapenko, right? Now, the only reason why I know about him was because I happen to have some people from overseas, and they told me like he's gonna do good.
Right.
So Potapenko came through, and he was for Cleveland.
Right.
After Potapenko is then Bryant.
That was Potapenko was 12 then.
Right.
Okay.
Now, because I'm looking at this list and I remember that these other people was here,
Mhm.
I have to say the next ones because I wanted to do up to Kobe, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, I gotta say these next ones. Just to show you how dope this class was. This is one of the best classes ever.
Yeah.
Peja Stojakovic,
Yep.
Steve Nash, Tony Delk,
Yep.
Jermaine
Oh,
O'Neal,
Steve Nash.
John
Yep.
Wallace, Walter McCarty, Zajunas Algauskas, Dante Jones, Roy
Son, that
Rogers.
class is insane.
I'm gonna skip this one dude over because I think he never played here. I think he went home after he got drafted to the Nuggets.
Who was that?
Rentzius, Derek Fisher, Martin Murasep, Jerome Williams, Brian Evans, Lauderdale, whatever, Travis Knight, Othello Harrington,
Othello Harrington.
Mark Henderson, Ryan Miner, Moochie Norris, Sean Harvey, Joseph Blair, Jeff McInnes, Steve Hammer, Randy Livingston, Ben Davis, not the Ben Davis, the other Ben Davis, Malik Rose, Joe Vogel, Marcus Brown,
Malik Rose, isn't he the one from the
Not
show
Jalen.
Football?
Not that.
No. Shannon Anderson, who was drafted way late, and he ended up having a very good career.
Yep.
And that's it.
That was the first round.
Drew Barry.
Drew Barry was pretty decent.
Yeah, Drew Barry. He kind of did his thing for a bit.
That was Brent Barry's brother.
So, yeah.
So
okay, yeah.
So that was my first, like, because I watched the draft, and there wasn't too many people that I wanted to see other than Iverson, Ray Allen, the dude out of Coney Island, fucking
Jesus Shuttleworth.
yeah, no, that's
he's
Ray
talking
Allen.
Steph.
Steph Marbury, because Steph Marbury played at the Kangaroo Classics for
Yes, he
boys
did.
and girls.
He played at the King of Crap, and also Steph was in Lincoln with my cousin Tinky.
Oh, so
They played together.
It was
We're talking about
I was-
Starberry here?
yeah.
Starberry.
I was watching his career from 1994.
Mhm.
90,
Sure.
Well, it was actually 95 because he's about a year younger than me now. So I've been watching his career since then.
This Marbury.
Marbury.
If Snow wasn't dancing, I'll put my man Snow up against him. He ain't shit. And you don't have to be shit to play for the Knicks. So, in another lifetime, we would have all had Ferraris if Snow would just start fucking dancing.
Yeah,
That's true.
That might be
I apologize
might
for
have a
that.
point.
Nah, it's all good.
But yeah, so
Nothing wrong with this Honda.
I'm watching and Kobe. Kobe was the other, because he was the 18-year-old that was coming out of high school.
Oh yeah,
And-
he left while he was like, "Fuck the college shit."
Yeah. So
That was the first time we've
Like
seen that,
17, I
right?
think it was.
right. So
17.
it wasn't the first time, because Sean Kemp was the first. The first that I can recall
Okay.
to come out of high school straight into the league, and people said that, oh, okay, Sean Kemp was an just all out athletic. He was bigger. He was he was taller, and
He just looked mean.
He was just that athletic to say, nope, I'm gonna bypass college and I'm gonna go straight to.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. I've always wondered, because we saw it with Kobe, we saw it with LeBron. You're saying with Kemp. Do you think these players, specifically LeBron and Kobe, because they are the GOATs, do you think they would have been even more dominant had they had those 4 years in college ball?
I think LeBron
Maybe
would've.
if they could have sidestepped injuries.
I think LeBron would have.
I
I
think-
can't say the same for
You think
for
LeBron?
Kobe.
So what about
I can't say
Zion?
the same for Kobe.
Is because Zion,
Nah, the blueprint's already been laid out. So
is he gonna be a LeBron?
He can be.
he can be what Larry Johnson was supposed to be.
Oh, so he's not a GOAT. Wait, we want.
Oh, he can be. He
No,
can.
Larry Johnson would have been, in my opinion, Larry Johnson would have been among the GOATs. I don't know if you
Yeah.
could have made him certified. Larry Johnson's issue was his back.
Yeah.
His back. His weight and his frame.
Yeah.
Is almost eerie to what Zion is experiencing right now.
And Zion's having problems already.
Zion he has knee problems.
How the fuck? He's like 12.
But he's too heavy.
So here's the thing.
He has hops.
So here's the issue. See, the difference between when Larry Johnson played ball, because it ended up being Larry Johnson's back, versus Zion is AAU basketball. AAU basketball was killing us back then. Killing us. Like, you thought, like, people talk about, the long season of the NBA. My G, we get it, right? 82 games. Okay, cool. Son, we're playing 82 games in the month of February. We're playing 82 games in the month of June, July, August.
Interesting.
Shout out to my cousin who used to play with Tony All-Stars and a few other people, the Mecca tournaments. Son, in between me dancing and playing ball, and he was just playing ball, son, he played 82 games in a summer. He'd walk from one team practice to the next team practice and then have a game the next day with 3 other teams.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Now, that's back in our time. Their time, son, they probably playing more than that. So they're running through themselves already. AAU has destroyed these players.
So potentially not going there could be... It could add longevity to your career.
Son, it's like this. At this point in the game, do you go to the league or do you go to the college where your wear and tear is going to happen in college as opposed to the league?
But your IQ
may or may not increase there because Zion's IQ is already up. But he did go to college for a year because that's the rule now.
He played at Duke.
That's the rule.
Interesting.
Yeah,
they're gonna take it off again, but that's been the rule for a while. You can't go straight to high school. Okay. You can't go straight to college. But AAU is the undetermined factor.
I'm happy that LeBron, because I never paid attention to it with Kobe, but I'm happy that it never really stifled LeBron. Because for some reason I felt like the media was more crazed over LeBron than when Kobe did it. Or maybe it's just a byproduct of today everything's in your face.
Well, no, because their times are still similar. Right?
And I have an answer for that as well. Go ahead, Sean.
Their time is still similar, right? We weren't on it like that. LeBron, Kobe's, there is a change. Kobe's thing was not everything was getting covered that much. We have footage of LeBron's games. That's the thing. The word of mouth is still the same because even though the internet had advanced by 2003, it ain't nowhere what it was by 2008.
But didn't Kobe didn't have these expectations of being the best. He was just good enough to skip.
He did.
Right. But LeBron was like, nah, he's going to be the king from day one.
Everybody was saying that which also shows to how well he was playing, how early they was able to see it from him. And if we really look at it, I think because of LeBron was drafted to the Cleveland, which had nothing really going on, no disrespect to those professional players that was there, when Kobe went to the Lakers, son, Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones was no fucking slack. I think Vlade Divac was there too, right?
Yes, he was.
Son, there was no slack there. Like,
okay,
you coming in and there's some expectations on you already.
So for me, when you think about players foregoing college for the NBA, for me, my first noticeable player would be Sean Kemp, right? So everyone's at that time, even up until the Kobe era, well, the Kobe era being when he was drafted, for a player to forego college and going directly into the NBA, they had to be a small forward, power forward, because the NBA was flooded with 6'6" guards.
Right.
That you had the Jordans, you had you had the Nick Van Exels, you had not Nick Van Exel, you had the Jones, Eddie Jones, and
Steve Smith and all of them.
What's his name? Hornets traded him from Charlotte to LA because they had again a shooting guard already. I want to say they had
I think Del Curry was
still
there.
Curry.
I think he was still there, but then he ended up on the Raptors. Did he end up on the Raptors because of
after the lockout?
That was after that was after the expansion.
Yes. Yes.
Was that
he got
Steph
pulled
Curry's
from
dad?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Look at that.
So
Genetics.
when you have a league that's filled with shooting guards, so now you have a shooting guard that's just that nice, but no one is looking at the fact that he's that good. His pops play basketball,
Right.
whatever. No one is saying they're looking for that thing that sets you apart from other players.
Right.
And that wasn't him in a league of Jordans, in a league of Eddie Jones, in a league of shooting guards that was doing what he was doing.
Jordan used to big up Eddie Jones a lot.
Yes, he did. He was
Okay.
a Jordan player. He was a Jordan athlete.
Got it.
So when
I remember some of that.
And when Sean Kemp entered the league, there was a vacancy, when it was like, all right, we need this big man. We need this big man right now. And it's like, whoa, where did he jump from?
Right.
Yeah, that's him. He's it. He is the it. And what happened? He never won a fucking championship in his career.
Well,
He was the Sonics, right?
He was with the Sonics.
There's
It's his
reasons
fault.
behind that.
Yeah, but and
Get off the Sonics. Come to the Knicks where you could think you could win a championship, but you really won't.
I think he almost ended up in the Knicks.
yeah, he almost. And where did he play for after Sean Kemp? Cleveland. So
he was a body of the lockout. He never recovered after the lockout.
Yeah,
He put on mad weight like a boxer.
He got big. So now fast forward, you got Kobe coming. Kobe, they're like, the league is like, nope, we still need a big man. However, LeBron does it a few years later. What was it, 2003?
6 years later.
So now LeBron is
Or
in
7.
LeBron is in the league, and he's considered a small forward or a big man.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, this is the guy we were looking for. If we were going to take anybody out of high school,
It'd be him, yeah.
it would be him. So now again, the league, you have to be something special coming out of high school and big.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be that much more special if you're not big. But if you're big, you're something special automatically doing what you do.
Got it.
Zion is kind of a freak of nature, but he didn't forego college, which of course he couldn't. But Zion is a freak of nature, but he's one of those people that's going to catch up with him if he does not lose that weight, even if he built more muscle.
And the funny thing about Zion weight is when you look at him, you're like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's a solid dude.
He's solid though, yeah.
He's solid. But like when people were saying he was overweight, I looked at him like, son, he's not overweight. He was overweight when he was in high school.
Yeah. Because they're going to put you on a system.
In my opinion,
when you go into the NBA.
In my opinion, he was overweight when he was in high school, but I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Like he was just a monster.
Yeah.
And you needed that interim, which now is college, where they put him in a workout program and they're gonna muscle him up, and he's gonna shrink because of that.
Yeah.
But now what it looks like is for his frame and his play style, he's overweight, and I think that's where people need to start.
They
need to start saying it like that because it makes it sound like this dude is fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. He is not fat, but still, even for a person, listen, even though muscle weighs less than fat, it's still weight. And one of the reasons why LeBron is how he is, and remember, you have a taller frame, your muscle mass. Because his muscle mass is very lean. At this point in time, he's bulked up a little bit.
He caught up to what we all. Whenever
Who's this, LeBron or
LeBron.
yeah.
When we look at LeBron today, we feel like he always looked like this. Until you pull up his rookie year, you like
he was like this.
Yeah,
he was a little.
But even then, we used to be like, "Yo, LeBron is like he's a man among boys."
He looked like the dude in Donkey Kong, the gorillas that be throwing the barrels at you.
Pretty much, son.
Yeah.
But like when you look at LeBron today, like, yo, this dude's always looked like this. He might have put on more because when you get over 30, you add weight. Fam, really go look at him.
And
he didn't look like what we
gym.
thought he was.
Always. But listen, this ain't a sports podcast.
Well, I got one more question, son.
Yeah.
When did you? I'm gonna share my story. When did you guys really see like, yo, Kobe is it?
I can't really say. I can't honestly put like a year on it. I would like to say, I would like to say it was that series that I mentioned earlier in the Blazers and the Lakers. Right?
Okay.
I would like to say it's that, but then I still wasn't. He still didn't come to my mind. Like, I just felt like that was one of his best performances.
Okay.
But then, if I had to say, it was probably like maybe 10 years in, maybe like 04, 05. Something around like 05, 06 really. Something around that time I was just like, nah.
I think that's when I started to see too.
I'm like, nah, son, this dude is different. Like he's certified different. Like I thought he was different. He's certified different now. Around like 05.
I'd say what was that, 09 when they won their championship without Shaq? Mm-hmm. When they played
Boston?
The 76ers.
Oh, 76ers?
76ers. And that was the finals. When he bust their ass, that was, his first championship without Shaq, because I was like, he's great. He's no Michael Jordan. I'm wondering if he can do it without Shaq.
Right.
When he did it without Shaq and then did it again without Shaq, that's it. That's it. I don't want to hear no more.
Nah, that's valid. That's no valid. More. I was a Jordan fan. The Bulls was my team.
Yeah.
Pippen was actually my favorite player.
Pippen is that dude.
Son,
assassin.
You were not a Bulls fan.
Yeah, he was.
I was a Bulls fan.
From where I knew him, he was.
And
son, that's because
once Jordan was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Once Jordan was like, "Fuck this, I'm out," I was like, "I'm going outside and play now."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing more to watch here. And so Jordan was out of the league, and I just like stopped watching basketball. And I think Jordan had came back, but
he left and came back.
Yeah, it was like,
it didn't matter to me. Like, whatever,
quitter.
motherfucker. Like,
Fucking
went and played
quitter.
baseball, but he couldn't catch.
Fucking quitter.
All type of stupid shit. So I remember watching this one record.
Until he says why he really left, I'm gonna just say that you're a fucking quitter, Jordan.
Listen.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck those kids. Now, I don't remember what game it was, but like you said, we didn't get much Laker games.
Right.
And I remember, I was still living at home then. Like my dad was watching the game or some shit. We was having like dinner, and like the game was just on in the background, and the Lakers were playing. And like I said, I hadn't watched basketball in like 3 or 4 years at that time. Like I was in a club. Like I'm out.
Right.
And
CPAC.
Exactly. And fucking, I'm watching Kobe. Somebody passing the ball, and he did a 360 dunk in the lane between 3 people.
Yeah.
I said, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
So I'm waiting for the replay. Like, yo, y'all gonna show that?
Right.
They didn't show it.
Right.
I was like, son, he just did a 360 windmill between 3 defenders.
Yeah.
And they didn't show a replay. I was like, hang on, fam.
Because that was anti-Kobe time.
Hang on, fam.
Yes.
I need to watch this again.
Yes.
So now I'm like looking at the game like, there's no way you're not going to show that. And then he does some other retarded shit.
Yeah.
In the same game.
Right.
He like jumped from one side of the rim under the board and dunked it again. And I was like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
Like he was literally doing Michael Jordan shit.
Yeah.
And the thing about when I say Michael Jordan shit, I mean whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
And there's no defensive schema to stop that.
Yeah, no.
That's when I first was like, wait, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
And then like I started like, I would go on like YouTube, and like at that time we had cable. My bad, it's not YouTube. We had ESPN.
Yeah,
so in the morning I'd put ESPN, and you got the black dude that's just like Kobe.
Oh,
yeah, that was
like Stewart.
Yeah,
it's like they would show, and that's when I started to realize, like in those like weeks and months after, son, Kobe is dominating the league.
Yep.
Yeah.
By far, like there was nothing to stop him.
And the next thing after him was probably T-Mac.
Close.
I don't remember much. Like I said, I wasn't watching basketball.
That's fair.
He was
McGrady, yes?
Yeah.
Raptors. Then he went to
Orlando, and then he went to Houston.
I was. That's when Kobe. I was like, nah, I'm just a fan of Kobe. Like, I like going back to Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, raw talent's raw talent, B.
Yeah.
I don't care what scuffle you get into. Yo, son, I'm not here to judge your profession, your personal life.
Yeah.
Right.
You're here to perform as a basketball player, and right now, son, this man is Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, Kobe don't pass the ball. Well, Kobe doesn't have to pass the ball. Yeah. Are we watching the same person?
Yeah, get past. If there's someone he's playing with someone that can score, yeah, then he'll pass the ball.
Like, fam, have you seen his teammates? I don't know. You guys are telling me about Robert Ory. Fuck all that. Ain't nobody. There's not two Kobe's on that team, so Kobe take that shot every time. Yeah. When you got your number one race car driver, when Lewis Hamilton's out there doing his thing, you don't phone in and say, "Can you pull over for a little bit? Let's swap out drivers."
Yeah, no.
Why?
Nope.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That's fine.
And then also, like, you go back and watch like Chicago games. Jordan didn't really pass the ball either.
Son,
Yeah, let's get the ball to Jordan.
But Jordan did lead the league in assists a few times. There's a difference. There's a reason why this shit changed from Jordan to Kobe. There's a reason why that happened.
I hear your point.
Because
Son, nobody was shooting more shots than Iverson and Kobe, son, at one point.
Yeah, they were taking most of the
shots. They was taking 36 shots per game.
Mm.
So,
I just love Kobe because he dropped like 60 on the Knicks.
Yeah,
and if that ain't Jordan numbers, I don't know what is.
But at this point, son, I probably could drop about good 20 on the Knicks.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, son.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Hold on. For my New York Knicks employees, that's not a shot against you. That's a shot against Dolan.
Fuck all of yous, man.
Son, I don't wear the color orange because of the Knicks. I don't want nobody to get it confused. But now if the Knicks win the championship.
Yeah,
Son, you're not even speaking. You're not speaking on anything that we ain't all thinking.
Yeah, because when the Giants won, we was in there.
Oh, I wasn't there. Fuck that. I'm Jets all day.
Well, that's your fault.
I'm the green team.
You Jets and Mets. Are you a Mets fan?
Who's
I am not a Mets.
Are you a Mets fan, sir?
What color? Who's the Jets?
The green.
Big green.
Yeah, I'm the green team. I don't know who the Jets are.
Fuck that.
Kaepernick takes a knee and you forget what color your team is?
No, I know what color my team is. I root for the
Gang green.
Gang green, yeah. That Jets, I don't know anything about the Jets.
By the way, I have Kaepernick's sneakers. And
Kaepernick has sneakers?
Yes.
Take a time out for a brief intermission and take a look at those.
They're
actually Air Force Ones.
Unless he plays for the Jaguars, I don't give a fuck.
Who is the Jaguars?
Fuck
what
both
color
of you.
are the Jaguars?
Fuck both of you.
They were good.
Canarsie, Crip, Teal, Blue. That's what those motherfucking Jaguars.
So, I just want to. I don't think that we could set this off straight without actually just closing this segment out. Without mentioning the names, I just want to. I just feel that's appropriate.
That's fine. That's fine.
First and foremost, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna Bryant, John Attabelli,
R.I.P.
And his wife and daughter, Carrie and Alyssa,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Christina Mauser,
R.I.P.
Sarah Chester,
yep, R.I.P.
Peyton Chester,
R.I.P.
and Ara Zabanya.
R.I.P.
Zabanya. Forgive me for mispronouncing any names, but just a moment to reflect on all those lives that were lost in this this horrific, to say the least, event that happened January 26th. Horrible way to start and close a month and the year of 2020. We will never forget it. Kobe, love you.
Love you, Kobe. And also R.I.P. Stern.
Howard?
No.
Oh, yes. Commissioner Stern.
Yeah.
David Stern.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, man, we got room for more.
Well, the Kobe Bryant Park collection, right?
Nah, that's Beyonce.
Beyonce. Damn, how you confuse Kobe Bryant with Beyonce?
I just wanted to piss
GOAT
off.
is GOAT.
I just wanted the GOAT is GOAT. Everybody shares the same name when you're the GOAT.
Yeah, you got the Beehive out here tweeting people.
Beehive ready to
be
come
careful.
Get me.
These motherfuckers are 2 listeners on their podcast.
Listen,
who are disrespecting Beyonce.
Son, if the Beehive investigate me, they're gonna let me rock.
I fuck with Beyonce, son. I fuck with Beyonce, son.
So hold on, before we dig into, and I'm on target. So there's shout out to my homegirl Robo. She was I returned to Twitter lately, and she was sharing like people getting their stuff.
Getting what stuff?
From Beyonce.
What, the Ivy Park?
Yeah.
Collection?
Okay.
Came with that nice little was it orange? I think it is. Everybody getting these little things. There was a couple viral videos that went by.
Son, can I go ahead?
And I'm just like, okay, wow, Beyonce did something crazy, and I heard the name Ivy Park. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm seeing this like buzz up on my timeline. Tweets going viral and stuff. And I'm like, yo, Beyonce out here taking a nice bite right now.
Beyonce is as Beyonce does.
She's stinging it, as I like to call it now. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. So now I'm looking at the stuff, and I'm out of touch with this kind of thing because I don't care about clothing. You know what I'm saying? And well, I say I don't, but whatever. And
yo, son,
I'm just looking at it like, I'm like, yo, these are colors that I don't normally rock, or I don't rock at all.
So that
son,
this
is fire.
Son,
this is fire.
Hang
the execution,
fuck on, son.
The execution is fire.
Hang the fuck on, son.
All right, let's hear you, sir.
I was trying to throw it back to Tawan, man.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear.
We can go to Tawan.
I want to hear what the man has.
Because I didn't really parse through this collection, so Tawan's probably got a lot. Tawan's got a lot more info than me.
Okay.
Fuck you people disrespecting the third coming of Jesus. Son, 3 years ago, Kanye said fashion should be all about colors. The nudes, the earth tones. Tones was the number one thing that he set out to do. And yet again, here's the second time Beyonce out here stealing this man's thunder. Because the first time was Lemonade. I saw people get up and applaud Lemonade, which I love, by the way. The short movie.
Yes.
As if Twisted Fantasy's never been done. But like, I literally saw articles.
At least Thriller's never been done.
That as well. We don't, yay over Jackson, son. Deal with it.
Do I have to keep reading out those hits?
Deal with it, son.
Those movies?
And I'm just like, yo, fam, like, let my man rock. And now you look at the entire Yeezy capsules, whichever year you'd like.
Right.
It's all about these tones, these color tones. And then here's Beyonce again, innovating. Get the fuck off my lawn.
No one said innovating.
No one said use the term innovate.
I've seen the fuck boyery.
In here,
listen,
no one has said innovating. And
you're right. I did say fuck both of you. You're right.
And to start with your point is nobody wanted to buy the Unplugged Matrix collection.
But because Beyonce
I know that
put
it got
on.
No.
Yeah, but her
her
shit is not unplugged nor Matrix, nor does it look like it was pulled off a homeless person.
Son. That's what people beef with
I
Kanye
understand.
was.
I understand Kanye's fashion forwardness in why the direction that he went with the homeless look. However,
it's not a homeless look. So.
Listen, I think I understand exactly what
you
the look.
Fucking alligators. Yo,
son, listen. We go. Listen.
Okay.
You want steak or you want slop?
Listen.
So, guys, tell me about the Ivy Park. What is the name? Ivy's the daughter. Who's Park? What's that about?
I can't understand. I don't know what the term, the park analogy was used or where it came from. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
We in this for the pictures, ain't we?
Listen. First of all, I want to take this time out to say that these pictures were Hove approved. And
I like to think they were Beyonce approved, but go ahead.
I look at them and I think I can do these pictures.
I think you can probably do these pictures better.
Yeah, I just need a Beyonce.
Yes.
No, you need. Yes.
What's her failure sister doing these days?
Her sister
Solange.
is not a failure.
You ain't gonna swing on Hove in the elevator and feel.
Whoa, son!
Fuck out of here.
Listen,
fuck out of here. Solange is trash.
On this podcast,
Solange is trash.
No, Fab.
We are
All her
not
music
doing-
is depressing.
We are not.
She's never
doing
happy.
This
Nah,
on
fam.
this podcast.
You telling me
Here,
about Hove and Beyonce, but
Respect
she's getting
Solange.
divorced?
son,
Fuck you out of here.
Solange.
I'm not with it.
son,
Respect Solange,
Not with
bro.
bro. Listen,
Respect that
She
beautiful
need better
woman
weave.
there, bro.
I'm not in it. I'm not in it.
respect that queen.
Respect
Nope.
Solange, bro.
Nope. I'll shoot her.
telling you.
I'll shoot her. Tell her come through. We'll do a photo
You
shoot
wanna
in
do a photo
Prospect
shoot?
Park.
Side. Respect Solange.
I ain't
bro.
with
Son, Solange is
Son,
it. But
respect Solange.
Solange is it for a whole nother reason. That and this is why I respect Solange. Before I go into Beyonce, why I respect Solange is because she is not doing the Beyonce thing.
Because she can't. God
But
damn
she
it.
doesn't have to.
Because she can't.
doesn't. She is doing so well in her lane.
Says who?
Says the numbers. Listen, what was that? What was the album that?
You don't even remember the name.
Because it's not an album that I frequent.
Because it's not Beyonce.
Son, there's Beyonce albums that I don't remember.
Like which one?
I can't tell you.
So you do remember.
I can't tell you.
Aha!
I don't. So anyway, on to Ivy Park.
Shout out to Solange.
Shout out
She's
Solange.
gonna see you in the elevator pretty soon.
Son, she is going to kick the shit out of you.
Calling the police.
So, but my argument, well, I don't want to say argument, my situation, how I feel, how this capsule collection was promoted was a little more to listen. This collection is nothing more, nothing less of what Adidas has been doing. I feel that because Beyonce is Beyonce, and look at the pictures that she took. Those pictures, they're as
I quite like them.
I like them too. They are very nice. They come across a little risque. They come across a little risque.
I can make an argument against that, but I understand your point.
Listen, it's more skin from Beyonce that I've seen in a few years now. So my feeling is this.
But that's the point of older women in her category.
Right.
That pendulum swings a lot. So when you're younger, fuck you, I don't have to take off my clothes to sell records. And then as they get older, fuck you, I'm taking my clothes off because I'm fucking beautiful.
Right.
And I'm confident.
But shouldn't it be, fuck you, I'm beautiful and I'll take my clothes off if I want to?
Yes, but the industry, the music industry, movie industry, they objectify women.
Yeah, but
I feel like don't if you tell someone they have to, then you can expect them to fight against it.
Right.
And I think as they get older, they're like, no, I'm doing this because I want to do it, fam.
But this is my problem. This is my problem with the idea that entities objectify women. Mm-hmm. We are not saying enough that whether it's hip hop, whether it's movies, whether it's fashion, whether it's whatever, the objectify women. Period. There is no argument for that.
Yeah.
So now, when we see Beyonce and we say, "Oh, the capsule collection is nice, but goddamn, look at these pictures."
Yeah,
like that.
I understand.
I can't.
I understand.
I can't wrap my brain around that. I feel like
all I saw was the clothing. Like,
son,
all I saw was the clothing too, though.
I get what you're saying.
The pictures. The pictures are very.
Photos, but like
the pictures are tasteful.
I saw the photos of her. Literally looked at the clothing. Of course, I acknowledged the shape. But then I went to the next picture quick to see what else was in the collection. And then after I got past that, I didn't go back to the stuff with her in it. I was looking at what people were posting for themselves.
Listen, and I get that. But listen, I'm talking about the Adidas pictures that circulated with regards to this capsule collection.
Okay.
Now, here's Beyonce. Mm-hmm. This is a very nice picture. I like it. It's nice.
Shout out to Smooth Girls.
For sure. But did she have to take a picture like this?
No, she did it because she wanted to.
Right, but
let me see. So, all right. So
doing it because one wants to. All three of us have yet to dig into Beyonce's brain as to why she took this picture. So I can't say that.
So
I don't care
because I've been there's two women who I've quite enjoyed their journey. It's Rihanna.
Oh yeah.
And Beyonce. So Beyonce, I think Beyonce, going back to the basketball conversation we had, Beyonce was very much like a LeBron or maybe like a Kobe. I don't know if the expectation was on her to always be great, but you knew she was something special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think her parents and her management did an amazing job throughout the years of culling her to be a very classy person.
Right.
Does very tasteful work. Doesn't mean she didn't or never dressed provocative in the stuff she did or whatever.
Right.
But like you don't look at Beyonce and see ass out. That's not the first thing you think when you think about Beyonce.
Right.
Since her and Jay-Z's been a thing, right? Dating, marriage, and then that $1 billion couple thing.
Right.
I've quite enjoyed Beyonce letting loose, meaning this is who I am. And this is who I am include a cheating ass husband.
Right.
The baddest bitch in the world.
Right.
Untouchable performer.
Right.
Mother.
Right. In all of those categories.
Fierce competitor.
Big sister.
Fact.
Big sister.
Fact.
To a mediocre ass.
Watch your mouth, son. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Right?
Watch your mouth.
I'm trying not to tell you the Fab story, but watch your mouth.
This is going on, and when I see things like you listen to 4, and this is the album 4 is when Beyonce can't sing, she's overrated, and you hear 4, you hear the pain in her voice because she's suspecting her husband to be cheating. She doesn't love him no more, and she's like, it doesn't matter, it's just me and you. Like, that's what that album's about.
Okay.
Right? And that's when I really started to like notice, like, fuck, she's coming into who she is.
Right.
And then you look at Lemonade and she starts slinging the N-word, and she's like, somebody better tell big homie to grow up. Like, she's not a thug, but you ain't gonna come piss on my lawn.
She's
right?
grown.
She's a grown ass woman now.
Yeah.
And when I see these pictures, I see that same, like, what I see in those pictures is what I seen in her in Lemonade with Serena.
Yeah, I was about to say Serena.
Okay.
Ass out on
Serena.
the bus, and I never once thought these are a bunch of strippers. I thought these are powerful women doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
And
because for men, that looks different.
Yeah.
That means we're going to go get 2 Ferraris, 3 Lamborghinis, and a fucking Tesla truck, and we're going to do donuts in the parking lot. That's what that looks like for us.
I was going to buy another grill.
Or you buy a grill and you grill chicken. You buy the grilled chicken or the grill, but you're like, fuck it. Throw it on the grill, fam.
Me, Cadillac Escalade.
See, it looks different for men. I don't want to, because somebody can easily say, oh, boys with their toys. Like, fam, you don't know how hard we work for this.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You get what I mean? How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
That's like when I get my off the lot car, first dude that say something to me,
run him
get
over.
Shot.
Run him over.
No, I pay too much for that car.
Oh, you got insurance though.
No, I pay too much for that car. I don't want that car to get touched.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Rent a car. Go to Hertz and get something.
I'll
rent
a car.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll hire someone to drive with me, and when someone say something stupid, I'll be like, yo, switch cars with me real quick.
Run them
over with the rental car.
So I mean, I see your point, but I still see a very powerful, statured individual,
and I do too. Because when I look at and this is just me attempting my hand at photography and what goes through the mind of a photographer and the person that they're shooting. The pictures doesn't say over the top. They don't say, oh, this is just too much for my child to be looking at.
Sure.
But it does say this is a bit too much for what we're used to.
I can understand that.
Beyonce.
I could understand that.
And this seems to me, this is in my head, that this is Adidas taking, or whomever they are, whoever's responsible for the promoting and the advertisement of their product. This is them saying, no, we need more skin in this.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry.
I understand why you would,
because this is not this. This is, but reason why I said, and I preface this from the start, her line doesn't differ that far from any other Adidas items. It doesn't differ that far. She got tights. You have they call
joggers.
them joggers.
Yeah,
they
you
call
got the
them
bathing
you
suits.
got all of that shit.
The leotards.
So when you now go into, well, what differentiates that shit from Beyonce's stuff? Well, Beyonce, first of all, it's all, for the most part, burgundy and orange. All right, with the exception of the white shit,
Sure.
whatever the case may be. However, this is all Beyonce's line.
Sure.
Cool. All right. Why is her ass out?
But what? All right. So me and you, we're
versus other people not putting their ass out.
Yeah.
So we doing this just because it's Beyonce?
No.
But see, for me, with the whole thing, right, is like that part you're talking about with the photos and the marketing that hit me with the people who was sharing it, the people who were sharing stuff about her photos, which I still have yet to see that like that, right, were dudes who was just gonna share whatever, ass and tits out.
Yep.
The actual people who were buying it, son, that wasn't the message that was hitting with them. Right. And to your point, right, it's like, you know, the cars that got the same thing, like with my Soul Glow that I got outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Son, the ES300. All right, what's so different about it than the Toyota Camry?
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, it's Lexus. So Adidas would be the Toyota of that year, and Beyonce is just the Lexus. Even if she didn't put a photo out like that, son, that was going to carry. And that's the part that I'm seeing more of the photos of people with it on and the viral photos or the viral videos.
Right.
Those two photos you just showed me.
I have not seen any of those.
I've never seen those.
Right. But see, that was me.
This is you personally, how you see it.
Because I've seen her photo release before the items were released. So I've seen her in that photo.
Yeah.
I've seen her in another photo with her wearing the white with the 3 stripes down.
Uh-huh.
I've seen, and my feeling is, no, don't show me Beyonce's ass because you want to sell Beyonce's line in your Adidas. Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
Let me bring you back.
Go ahead.
Come from it from Beyonce's perspective. There are a few dope things that's happening here. One, since she's a woman of a certain age.
She's 37 years old.
Son.
You know how this works.
Son.
And United
As
States.
a woman, the minute you hit 30, life is very, very different. Your body completely changes.
I get that.
And this is a woman who's had multiple kids and got right back in it. Right,
yeah.
you've seen the documentaries and
right. Well, she was like really.
She's got to drop that baby weight and like she pushed through. So this is her reward, her body as it is today, and this is no different than Hove dropping 444.
Right.
In a world where when you turn on the radio, a.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to hear no Hove, but you're gonna hear this Hove. So that's a trophy. And there's someone somewhere in your line of thought, like, I don't want to hear Hove. But, like, it's still something to be celebrated. That's one.
Okay.
Beyonce, I think, she's at a point in life where cementing the legacy is what's important to them. That's their goal at this point. And you look for any way necessary. That makes sense, of course, to tell that story, to add to the footprint. This is one of them. And I don't just see as I see, Beyonce chose Adidas to add to her legacy.
Right.
Rihanna chose Sephora or whatever the fuck it was she did to launch her makeup. She chose LVMH to get her fashion brand.
Right.
Do you feel like LVMH is putting Rihanna in your face to sell their latest whatever the fuck Rihanna is selling?
No, I feel.
Then you shouldn't feel that about Beyonce.
No, I can. This is what I feel. I feel like LVMH is not is not giving us Rihanna objectified, and I feel this is what I feel. Rihanna is her own brand.
Sure.
So what she did with LVMH was she took her own brand as Fenty to LVMH and said, let's make a deal.
Sure.
Don't worry about the pictures. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. We got this. I need your backing. They said, yep, we're going to do this. Fine. So now not one Rihanna, and I'm going off of her Instagram account that pumps Fenty. Not one picture that I look at that Fenty brand that was as risque as this picture here.
But you do acknowledge that Beyonce is the one making this decision.
No. I get it.
So you can't use objectify.
Right, but
the industry's not making Beyonce do it. This is her vision for herself.
Right. No, I understand if that is the case. I understand if that is the case.
So we talking about Beyonce.
Right. We're talking
She doesn't need Adidas money.
Right. She doesn't need Adidas, but she doesn't need Adidas money. However, this is Adidas needing Beyonce. And
right. So they have to bend a will to her. They can't make her show up in a ass out.
No, I'm not.
Beyonce's in full control here.
Well, again, that I don't know the specifics to what has gone on or what has transpired. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she said, nah, this is a good shoot.
Son,
this picture is a good picture. But that picture, I feel, and I'm not mad at the picture.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Beyonce for choosing the picture if that's what she did. And I'm not mad at what the picture embodies. I'm mad that Adidas has come to this understanding with Beyonce to say, no, yes, Beyonce picked this picture, but we're going to put this picture. This is one of the pictures that you're going to see when you type in Ivy Park. This is the picture we're gonna put that.
It's approved. It was already approved.
Yeah, it's approved.
Beyonce's fine with it. You should be too.
Listen. I'm good with it. I'm good with it if she's good with it. I'm good with it if everybody's good with it. I'm just listen. We're talking about, and this is not being the feminist that I can be. This is me living in a world where women have a problem with how they're perceived and how they're portrayed.
Yes. So I think you're 1,000% correct.
And here we go again with our A-list, our top of the mountain artist, as first of all, not just as a woman, but as a black woman. Here she is, and I'm not taking nothing from her. And I'm not saying that, again, she didn't okay this. I'm saying that why is it that it took this picture to get my attention? Because if it was just...
Where did you see that picture?
On Adidas, the Adidas website.
Son, wherever you were going to see whatever picture she put up.
I never even made it to the site.
Ass out or not, you was going to see the picture anyway. So it doesn't...
Yeah, but...
So here, let me put it to you this way.
Go ahead.
We are men of a certain size.
Right.
Right? I don't know about you, but I don't take my shirt off in the pool.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
All right. So I'm going to make a guess that you ain't taking your shirt off at the pool neither.
Nope.
Snow, are you taking your shirt off in the pool?
I generally don't.
And he's way smaller than we are.
I just don't.
Do you think Jeff, who works out 6 days a week, is he taking his shirt off at the pool?
Yes. Absolutely.
Why?
He takes his shirt off for no reason.
Because
he's basically Ja Rule.
Exactly. He's got a 15-pack. He's got the dick the dick ab pack. You know, motherfuckers got a V
The V
going down to
arrow.
the dick and all the arrow.
The arrow down.
The arrow pointing down.
Now fucking
fuck him for that
arrow.
too.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Shout out Jeff.
I had a V cut too. I just don't take my shirt off.
Yeah, well, fuck you too for that shit.
I got an O cut. I got an O cut.
I got an 8 cut.
So if you worked hard,
Right.
and Jeff is I think Jeff is your age. No, Jeff might be 39 or 40, somewhere around there.
I am the only one my age in this entire group.
Okay. And for someone of his age
Wait,
to
what's
have
that?
Huh?
What?
Shifter.
How old is Shifter?
40.
I'm 40. I'll be 44.
Okay.
Yeah, you're old as fuck. Now, for someone at that age,
Right.
remember, this is a young man's thing.
Okay.
Your metabolism slowed the fuck down. You can't get it like you used to. You got to work really fucking hard to have a physique like that at our age.
Yeah, pretty much.
And because you work so fucking hard, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Eat a McDonald's
With
burger.
or without an opportunity? I'm taking my shirt off, fam.
Yeah.
This is no different for Beyonce. Son, she's in better physique. Not, I don't want to, I'm not saying she's in better shape, but her body is more amazing than women half her age.
Without work.
And I agree with your sentiments on feminists and how women are objectified, but it's different. If a record label comes to Beyonce and says, you need to show your ass to sell this, I'm not with that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
if Beyonce says, I feel like fucking woman, watch me roar, then she should be able to do it.
Okay.
Because Tyrese is on album covers with his shirt off. Tank is on album covers with their shirt off. Ain't nobody coming for them.
Yeah.
Every fucking collection of men's that you can see in any high fashion brand, Adidas or not,
You gotta remember.
there's pictures of men without shirt, without like, let it rock.
Well,
no one cares about the exposure of men,
They don't.
and it's a real thing.
Well,
But that's the problem.
I'm
How is
going
that
to-
normalized? But when a woman does it, she's revered as risque, which is a PC way of saying slut or whore or slack or loose.
I object that. I don't want that out.
Son,
I don't want that out there.
I don't like it.
I listen.
Yo,
I'm a man.
You fuck who you want to
to.
fuck, and you not wear what you don't want to wear. Like
Like you don't have on socks.
I don't have no sock life. Just I'm in this man's sneaker room with no socks on. All these sneakers, I'm gonna put my foot in every pair of sneakers you got over there. Son.
You will put
I will
these
not
fucking
put
socks
socks
on,
on,
son. Put
I will
these
not put
fucking
socks on,
very
son.
fucking socks on.
You understand?
Y'all can't see it, but that was a pair of socks that I grabbed.
I wear Yeezys, Jordans, one specifically because sixes are trash, and work shoes with no
Respect
socks.
The fucking Sixers.
So I had my sport blues on yesterday
Yeah. See.
in the rain because I'm disrespectful.
Yeah, we ran them in the elements, son. Son, do
But
you?
I understand your point about
Yeah.
the Beyonce collection.
Yo, off topic. Do you know how unnerving and annoying it is when I wake up in the morning and it's raining
Yeah.
and I want to put on a pair
Fucks
of
the whole shoe game up.
Son, that is the outfit done. Don't put that shit on. Put the beaters on, and I am not a beater person.
Now you gotta get the New Balances out.
Yeah, no, they're in there. They're in there.
Fuck.
Suede, that's not gonna work.
What New Balance is the I cut grass threes?
Yeah, for sure.
I make eye products fours.
Nah, but
I get where you're coming from with that though.
yeah.
I mean,
Cut us some slack though, man.
No, I'm not cutting it.
Here's how I look at it today. Today's climate in probably the last 5 or so years, and a lot of it could be a lot blurry. The option, the choice,
Yeah.
the freedom, if you do it the wrong way, you go get called out. And the wrong way meaning I agree to this, I didn't agree to that. So
Right.
therefore, y'all gonna get this work.
Yeah.
And I think
Which is the way it should be.
and I think that's what a lot of the feminists have fought for. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The right to be like, well, I don't have to do this if I don't want to. If I want to, everybody shut up. If I don't want to, everybody shut up.
Right. And this is what's important about this conversation,
Right.
because women are human beings,
Right.
and you want to show off,
Okay.
right? Fuck anybody out there who says they don't have an urge to show off. you're human. You have an ego, and you want to feel good about something that you want the world to see that you feel good about something you feel good about.
Right.
Yeah, just like when I'm posting my food 2:00 in the morning
Right.
at the grill.
It is what it is. It can be
While it's
obnoxious, but
snowing.
it is what it is. While it's snowing,
While it's snowing.
While it's snowing.
Son,
By
he
this
has done
man
this.
whose name is Snow.
He has done this on numerous occasions. What I think is important in this conversation is, son, women, and I'm talking about your wife, my wife, Snow's soon to be wife, wherever she is, we'll find her. Send
Put
email
it down,
your
girl. Put it down.
email your resume and credit scores to lifestylesgeneral@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Screening. And son, they will take their clothes off.
Yeah.
They want the booty shorts. They want to, let me wear something that's going to grab attention, that's really going to say, nah, I'm with him though, fuck boy. It's my man. You know what I mean? Like it's just, but you can't ever be like, yo, what are you wearing? Or like, yo, I told you to put the skimpy dress on because I want to look at you. Like, no, it's totally their choice.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody wants to feel risque. But it has to be your choice. And as long as it's your choice, it's not really risque. It's just what you want to do.
Okay.
I didn't mean cap it there.
Yeah. Yeah, we can ride with this, because there's not enough backstory to her mind and why she did what she did. So
Well, don't worry. And the next project she does, there's probably mentioned in the documentary or something.
yeah.
Shout out to 14-year-old me.
14-year-old who?
Him.
Me
You?
that got a hold of these pictures
What pictures?
with the Vaseline going ham right now. Because I'm a grown-ass man. I am not looking at no Beyonce pictures handling business. But the youth right now, there's somebody somewhere, he's the most you know what this is?
There's somebody that's 44 years old. I apologize.
Kim said, get your Vaseline.
No.
This is the Little Kim poster.
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
think
that.
Little Kim had to do it?
Little Kim, Little
I
Kim's
don't know
poster
what
is
the
the poster.
situation with that. I don't know if she was uncomfortable with it. I don't know if she objected to it. But me at that time, and even though I still don't go ham on that poster, it's so iconic.
Son.
I love.
Son of a ham on
I
that
thought
poster.
Little Kim before that poster was
I'm going
beautiful.
ham on
So
I never seen it before that
There
poster.
was nothing. There was
I'm
nothing
going
extra
ham
she
on
needed to sell me
Beyonce's poster.
on her, right? But like that poster
I'm going
dropped.
ham on Rihanna's
I
poster.
couldn't imagine what if we had social
Fucking
media today.
flat.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine how
that would spread
that
like
would've
wildfire.
spread it, you know what I'm saying? And she was able to have that impact without
Without,
today's
yeah.
climate.
Do
So
you think it
when
was
that
her
dropped,
choice?
I don't know. I hope it was.
But it was her. That was her whole persona.
It was.
Well, she took the picture, so it had to be her.
Nah,
choice.
but
that's
always
that's
how
what
that
I was
worked.
alluding
That's
to.
not how that always
That's what I
worked,
was
though.
alluding to. The industry does some fuck shit. Back
Yeah.
in those days,
Right, but I look at where Little Kim is now and what she has done. No, that was probably her choice.
I feel like it was.
after
I
she
want to
was-
believe it is.
I
I,
want to
hope
believe
it
she
that
is.
was
it is.
convinced because it was a saying that they said. Big said, "Sex sells." Listen, in this industry, you got to be sexy, and she may have taken it way beyond or way past what Big was trying to say, but. At the end of the day, no one put a fucking gun to her
We don't
head
know.
and said,
We don't know.
We don't know.
But I think that may be a good contrast.
Well,
I hope this Beyonce shit, I'm pretty confident is her.
I'm pretty sure. But being the photo that I just saw that I saw for the first time when you showed it to us in this podcast, I feel like that was 1,000% her.
"Well, I believe that.
I don't think the Little Kim is her.
I feel like that Little Kim picture, she may have been influenced to do such a thing.
Or there may have been a lot better versions of that, and motherfuckers just took the most raunchy picture from the shoot. Like, nope, this is the one we're doing.
And there is another picture that is like I need to get her the album. I have the CD. There is an
Mafia?
additional. Yes.
Inside of it?
Yes.
Say no more, fam.
Yeah,
This
it was.
podcast is over. I gotta go do some digging.
Yes, we will.
The 14-year-old Ramon is about to go ham.
Son, no one uses Vaseline for any reason in life.
Son, dry.
But Vaseline
hot.
is still a product.
Dry.
Son,
Let that, yeah, dry. I think dry is best. But
nah.
when you're
as
young,
long as there's kids, there will be Vaseline.
that's my. Well, you talking about babies?
Yeah.
Yo,
Fuck those babies.
Listen,
I'm on that Michael Jordan shit.
I have a question. We gonna bounce up out of here until next time. Do you use the same Vaseline to beat your meat that you allow other people to use on their face?
That's some scandalous shit.
Fuck is that?
I
I never even
need to
thought
know.
about it.
First of all, I don't use Vaseline.
First off,
if you use Vaseline.
But second of all, who puts Vaseline on their face?
People put Vaseline on their
That
face.
is the
women.
worst thing you can do.
First off,
they take Vaseline, a little bit of Vaseline, you put it on your kid's face. Like that's an old school thing.
Absolutely.
But, fam, that's fucking up people's
especially
skin.
in the wintertime.
Oh yeah.
Send your kid out there with the Vaseline face. You know when you boxing, they put the
And they
Vaseline
took
in
the
your
Vaseline
face.
on your face.
So that was basically us fighting the winter.
Yeah, but that's to conceal the cuts, though.
Side. It was concealing the
Fam.
winter.
Nah, son.
And motherfuckers wonder why everybody got acne out there. Like,
It ain't
Son.
Vaseline.
And I
son,
have
it is
oily
bad.
skin.
That shit,
I would.
oily
that shit
skin.
blocks
My
your
skin is-
pores. Sir,
Yeah.
do not put Vaseline on your face.
Son, I don't do it.
When chicks was out here fighting,
What
what's
they
the
do?
thing?
Go
They
get
grease
the
up.
fucking
wrap that
Vaseline.
head
And
and
grease up.
Vaseline in the face.
Grease
Son,
up.
are you guys out there in anywhere land you're
Let them
hearing
answer
this?
that question. I won't dignify.
Listen. How do you? I need answers.
I am a
coconut
gentleman.
oil.
I do not tell. All right. We out of here. My
We outta
name
here,
is
man.
Ramon.
I am the Kicks God.
And I am Snow.
You
Yeah,
are,
that's
son.
bitch,
You
man.
are. You are.
Peace.
Peace.